It's time now for Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com. This game is brought to you in part by Southern Union State Community College, Dr. Michael Edwards, Trailer Retirement Community, and iCare Alabama. Now live to the field for Alabama Area High School Football.
Good evening. We're looking live at Hewlett Stadium here in Lanett, Alabama. The Lanett Panthers playing against the Wadley Bulldogs tonight in a big region matchup. Last year, the Lanett Panthers won Class 2A state championships in football and basketball. This year, they have dropped down into Wadley's region, and we're going to have a big-time region matchup here tonight between the Wadley Bulldogs and Lanett. Wadley has won 3 region championships in a row, and Lanett is definitely a favorite in this region to try and end that. I'm Kyle Richardson, joined by Micah Luke Farr and Chance Nobley. How you doing tonight, Micah?
Doing good. How are you, Kyle?
Doing pretty good. Glad to be here on a beautiful Friday night. It's a tad bit hot for football. That's what my dad said earlier today, but it's all right. It's not raining. Fine with me.
That's right.
So we covered Wadley last week when Wadley played against the Woodland Bobcats and some of our star players. We had Trevor Cameron, Dalton Brown. Who's the guys that stood out to you last week?
Well, last week, you had several guys kind of make plays last week that I was really impressed with running back Caden Messer last week, who had some really good runs. And then defensively on that Wadley defense, you had Ladarius Eccles make some pretty good plays. LaCavian O'Neal made some really good plays. There was just a whole bunch of guys there who were working together, making some plays on the football. Like I said last week, you had 11 hats running towards the ball, and anytime you get 11 hats on the football, you know that you've got a good unit as a defense. So I expect tonight to see some of these same guys make plays, like Tommy Overton, who has made some plays in last week as well as the Jamboree. And then obviously, like you said, Trevor Cameron, who is just a dynamic player. Expect him to do good work this week.
And last week, Wadley was able to run the football very well against Woodland. Lanett has lost one game this year already. They lost to Valley, their first game of the season here in Lanett. And Lanett last year was 15-0, undefeated state champions, best team in the state in Class 2A, not 1A, 2A. And this year they've dropped down. And the reason why Valley was able to beat Lanett is because they were able to run the football. And that just happens to be Wadley's strength. So Wadley trying to serve as the kryptonite for the Lanett Panthers this week.
Yeah, absolutely. I think these two teams' strengths are offensively are each team's weakness defensively. Wadley's strength that they're able to run the football. They've got 3 or 4 guys who can run, who can make plays. But defensively, they struggle against the pass, where defensively for the Lanett Panthers, they struggle against the run, but they are dynamic with the pass. Their quarterback, who actually decommitted from Tennessee, his name, Christian Story, watching him warm up out here, he's a dynamic player. And so he can thread the needle. He can make some passes. And so it's going to be interesting to watch this game as both offenses are playing to the weakness of each team's defense.
It's kind of like it's what you see every week in practice. Wadley's going to run every week in practice because they're running their playbook.
Right.
Lanett throws every week in practice because that's what's in their playbook. They like to line up in the shotgun, spread the ball out a little bit like Auburn, whereas Wadley's kind of more like Alabama. We like to set up and run a little bit. But Christian Story, starting quarterback for the Lanett Panthers, he's a junior, decommitted from Tennessee, as Micah said, 6'2", 205 pounds. He's only a junior, so we'll see him again next year. But he's got plenty of people to throw the ball to. Triquez Bridges, 6'4", 175-pound senior. He plays wide receiver and strong safety. He's committed to Oregon. And then Story's younger brother, Caden Story, who, according to the Story family, is the best athlete out of all of them. He's a quarterback/linebacker, 6'3", 210 pounds, and he's a freshman.
Yeah, that's a big kid. Yeah, I was watching Triquez out there catching some balls, and he's got some speed off his cuts, and that's going to be fun to watch him play up against these Wadley cornerbacks tonight.
So we've got about 24 minutes until kickoff in this big game between Wadley and Lanett. We're going to take a 2.5-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
Here at Bain Heating and Air Conditioning, we're proud to offer service you can trust, along with Lanett products that can keep you comfortable and save you money. This fall, Bain Heating and Air Conditioning is offering up to $1,600 in rebates on a brand new Lennox system. So call us today at 1-800-894-3353 or visit us online at nheatingandac.com. Proudly offering Lennox products. Just another way we make you feel better. AL number 12072.
Valley Bowl is the place for you and your family to go and have some serious family bonding and serious fun. I love Valley Bowl. My family and I really enjoy the bowling, video games, and the food is priced right and delicious. Valley Bowl hamburgers are outstanding, and their snack bar is so good, just drop in for lunch. Hey, Valley Bowl has moonlight bowling Friday and Saturday night, so grab the family and join the fun at Valley Bowl, 20th Avenue in Valley, Alabama. It's Valley Bowl.
Why choose Southern Union?
Between working and family responsibilities, I thought I'd never be able to go to school. But Southern Union offered flexible schedules for both day and night courses.
At Southern Union, I was able to take classes that gave me hands-on experience to aid in my future career.
I really needed a calculus class, but couldn't fit calculus into my schedule this semester. So I went to Southern Union, and it transferred back to my university.
Keep going at Southern Union. Your journey has just begun. For more information, visit suscc.edu.
You know, some of us were just born with dull or discolored teeth, but they don't have to stay that way. In just about an hour, Dr. Michael Edwards can give you that $1 million bright white smile you've always wanted. That's all the time it takes in his office, or you may elect to do it at home. Dr. Edwards also offers a convenient 3-week at-home whitening program. Both are completely safe and approved by the American Dental Association and the FDA. Don't let dull or discolored teeth keep you from smiling. Call Dr. Michael Edwards in Wedowee for an appointment or consultation at 256-357-2882.
The Daily Birthday Club giveaway, Super Thursdays, and the Great Summertime giveaway are all chances for you to win great prizes courtesy of Eagle 102.3. You must be 18 years or older to participate in special contests. Only one winner per household is allowed. All prizes must be picked up within 30 days of the winning date. All winners of a major Eagle 102.3 contest cannot win another major prize for 12 months. Check us out on the web at eagle1023.com for further contest rules and regulations.
You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back. We're at Lanett High School tonight for a big 1A Region 5 matchup between the Wadley Bulldogs and the Lanett Panthers. A few more games going on around the county. Handley, with their first home game of the season, they're playing against the Holtville Bulldogs, and Holtville has lost 29 straight region games. Well, 28 straight region games.
Yeah, Holtville is sadly, you know, one of those teams that you're glad to have an opener at home with, because you know you hope that you don't overlook them, because they always play physical, but they don't have the roster to compete with the depth to compete with a team like Handley, and so tonight you'll watch as Handley just outmans, out physicals, and then in the end just out endures the Hopeful Bulldogs.
And Handley looking to rebound last week after a 16-12 tough loss to the Tallahassee Tigers in Tallahassee. It's just been pretty hard for Handley to try to beat Tallahassee these past few years. Past 3 years, 2016 lost to them, just couldn't get it going. 2017 barely lost to them, and then last Friday barely lost to them as well.
Yeah, for whatever reason, we've just not been able to get over the hump. I don't know exactly what that is. You know, you try to look at different things and you think maybe it's quarterback play, maybe it's defensive front play, but at the end of the day, it's a mentality thing. You know, if you believe that you could beat them, you'd outman them, you'd out-physical them, you'd win the game. The game was in hand for the Handley Tigers. They could have won the game, but they
Late
just
in the fourth quarter.
They gave it up, you know, and you have to be able to overcome that adversity of your mind, of that mindset, like Coach Nick Saban says about being the best. He says you want to be the beast, you got to do what the beast do, and to be that, you have to out-endure. When your mind gets tired and when your body gets tired, you have to keep on going. And Handley just didn't do that last week, and they lost the game.
Yeah, Tallahassee scored with 7.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and Handley just was not able to mount the comeback after that and get one more touchdown to take the lead. But Handley playing Holtville tonight, I favor Handley in that game pretty big.
Yeah, I favor Handley by at least three touchdowns. I hope that Handley's able to get a good win, bounce back from that loss last week, and get some momentum going into the season. because if you lose this game against Hopeful, and that's going to knock the wind out of you, and you might see a 3 or 4 game tumble because of a loss tonight at home against Hopeful. So you want to see these Henley Tigers win this game tonight.
The silver lining of somewhat is that it wasn't a region game this year, as Tallysie's moved up to 5A.
Right.
So they have to put up with Munford and Clay Central. And Clay Central's playing Munford this week, as a matter of fact. Clay Central coming off a loss to Benjamin Russell at home last week. They had that game in hand as well and let it slip away in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you hate to watch a game like that. Well, if you're a fan, you hate to watch a game like that and see your team just have a win in their hands and it slip between their fingers. But as a football fan, you love those games. Those are exciting games, and you bite your fingernails looking at wondering which team's going to win. But yeah, so we are glad. As you know, I'm a Henley Tiger alum. I'm glad that Tallahassee game was not a region game. That doesn't affect us as far as the playoff is concerned. It's just a game to get our feet wet, and maybe we've learned from our mistakes. Maybe we've gotten better there at the quarterback position and on the offensive line, defensive line. Maybe we've got something to put together and rally and beat Hopeful tonight.
Yeah, Lions had a pretty strong game last week, and Woodland, the Woodland Bobcats, we saw them last week. They're playing against the Ohatchee Indians. I think that one's in Woodland. Better in Woodland than in the Creek Bank. Ohatchee is rough. They would give RCHS and Piedmont everything they could handle for the past 2 years. But this year they've dropped back down to 2A, and now they're in Woodland's region, and they are favored to win the region.
Well, like you say, they're tough. They're a tough football team. They give everybody they play all that they can handle. And I'd probably favor Ohatchee in this game tonight against Woodland after watching them play against Wadley last week.
And Ohatchee, one of those teams is like Wadley. They like to run the ball, physical, pound the football all night long, and they'll expect to do that tonight. RCHS playing against Glencoe tonight. Glencoe played against Ranburne last week, and Ranburne beat Glencoe 41-7. A good opening win for Ranburne.
Yeah, absolutely. Ranburne kicked it out of the gate with a huge win. Tonight, RCHS and Glencoe, I'm actually thinking that RCHS pulls this one off and wins this game tonight. I don't think it'd be too much of a shock if RCHS wins this game. But
give the Tigers big tonight.
Yeah, but this is going to be a good game for RCHS to be able to win, put under their belt. And like we've said many times, that momentum that you get from winning a game, regardless of if it's a tough opponent or a weaker opponent, you're able to put that notch in your belt and carry on with a little bit of pride in your step, a little bit of moxie, and you're able to carry that on into the next week.
We'll use that as a kind of a segue to the Ranburne game. So Ranburne won last week 41-7, and this week they play an opponent that we've already seen. Ranburne's playing Gaston. Wadley beat Gaston 21-0 in kind of 2 quarters of football.
Right.
And Ranburne won 41-7 last week. So
yeah, expect to see another high-scoring game for Ranburne. They will be in my mind they'll handle Gaston without anything going against them, unless they start making mental errors and unless they start making big mistakes. Look for Ranburne to win that game.
Yeah, Ranburne and Ohatchee, the favorites to win that region that Woodland is in this year. I think it's 2A Region 5. We've got 15 minutes until kickoff here in Lanett, Alabama. Beautiful night for football. We're going to take a 2.5-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
Life is a tough game, and when it gets tougher, say from auto accidents, falls, or even medical conditions, the Expert Rehabilitation Services can get you back in the game. Nowhere can you find better rehab services than the Rehab Center at TRC, formerly known as the Inn. New name, same great service with intensive physical, occupational, and speech therapy 6 days a week. Our therapists are trained in hip and knee replacement, strokes, amputations, cardiac disease, and many other debilitating diseases. The Rehab Center at Trailers Retirement Community covers East Alabama and West Georgia's premier rehab center. Call 334-863-3500.
Why choose Southern Union?
Between working and family responsibilities, I thought I'd never be able to go to school. But Southern Union offered flexible schedules for both day and night courses.
At Southern Union, I was able to take classes that gave me hands-on experience to aid in
Dr. Mohan and the staff at Eye Care of Alabama offer cutting-edge technology, and they strive for excellent outcomes with every patient to get the best vision and medical eye care possible. Protect your eyes and vision with regular eye exams. Care, credit, and most vision and medical insurances accepted. Eye Care of Alabama in Roanoke, Heflin, and Piedmont. Learn more about our services online on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on our website. Call 844-480-2020. Go Teams.
Southern Ambulance Transport is always on call and always there when you need them. And we hope you don't need them, but if you do, call 256-357-2222 or 1-800-757-7367. They are your reliable emergency and non-emergency transportation, the highest quality of service. Southern Ambulance Transport is always ready. Call 256-357-2222 or 1-800-757-7367.
Hi, this is Steve Smith, manager at Russell Dewitt Center in Roanoke. On behalf of the Russell Companies and all the employees at Russell Dewitt Center, I'd like to offer a big congratulations to all the area high school football teams on their efforts this season. Russell Dewitt Center is pleased to have been part of the support of area schools and helping to bring you area high school football on Eagle 102.3. We also want to thank you for your business and pledge our continued efforts to provide you with the finest products and service available. Come see us at Russell Dewitt Center, Highway 431, Roanoke.
You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to Lanett, Alabama. 12 minutes until kickoff here. They're getting ready to present the nation's colors for tonight. Wadley against Lanett in this big Class 1A Region 4, Region 5 matchup. Lanett, the number one team in Class 1A in the state of Alabama, which I guess is they deserve it, which after last year, Class 2A, 15-0, state champions, and scored like 56 points a game.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, they had a really good year last year. That 15-0 in Class 2A, and then with a drop down to 1A, they're definitely going to be favorited and definitely get that top spot. They just got a dynamic roster, and with a couple of sets of brothers on the team, the Story brothers and the Boozer brothers. Those Boozer brothers being 6'8" and 6'7", you know, you got some massive guys on there and some guys that can really play football.
Yeah, I was showing Mike earlier. They have two guys that play tight end, defensive end, Cameron Boozer and Zimmeron Boozer. First one's 6'8", 220. He's a junior. The second one is 6'9", 215. He's a junior. They might just be twins. They might be more than brothers, but those guys are huge, and they're going to be hard to block, hard to guard. It's matchup nightmare. It's like Rob Gronkowski at tight end. It's a matchup nightmare.
That's exactly right. What you long for with a tight end that big is to get a one-on-one matchup with a 5'9", cornerback. Exactly. That way, all you got to do is lob it up, and it's not even a 50-50 ball. It's a 90-10 ball at that point because the difference in height.
As long as you have a quarterback that's better than Matt Ryan that can actually throw it where somebody can catch it,
you'll
be all right.
If you don't overthrow Julio Jones, you win against the Eagles. But Matt Ryan could not do it last night. He overthrew Julio 4 times, like you said.
I feel like Julio was Matt's only receiver last night.
Yeah.
They drafted Calvin Ridley, but he never looked Calvin. He threw it to Calvin once, and Calvin got destroyed.
Yeah, you know, and you hate to see that because – you know, Matt tried one time there towards the end of the game. He tried to throw it Devontae Freeman's way, but it wasn't happening. So he knew that he had to go back to his bread and butter. He had to go back to Julio Jones, the sure-handed guy. But you got to hit his hands. He's going to catch it. You just got to hit his hands. Don't overthrow him. And like the last play of the game, he caught the ball. It's just a little too far out of bounds. But, you know, that was a heartbreaking loss if you're a Falcons fan.
As I was saying last week, I don't like Steve Sarkisian. I didn't like him when he was at Alabama. Cost us national championship a few years ago. And then the Falcons signed him after that, thinking he could run their offense. You go from a guy that was MVP in 2016, and now they can't score over 12 points a game with those kind of targets.
Exactly. Sarkisian has showed, like me and you were saying, he has not even got the talent enough as a coach to be a non-Power 5 coordinator.
Right.
You know, he's a 1AA coach at best, and you know they just it's sad to watch especially going from Mike Shanahan to Sarkisian as a Falcons fan, watching that offense just crumble with all that talent.
Could you imagine being Calvin Ridley? Because Ridley shows up, he's at Alabama, Sark can't get him the ball at Alabama, then he shows up at Atlanta, he's like, oh yeah, everything's going to be better. Oh yeah, Steve Sarkisian's still here.
Exactly.
Still can't
get the ball. Yeah. It's a sad situation for Ridley.
All right, we're going to have the invocation and the national anthem.
Bow with us, please. Eternal God, our Heavenly Father, we praise you, Lord, we lift you, we magnify you, for you are worthy to be praised. And as we come tonight, Lord God, we acknowledge all of our sins and our transgressions and say, Father, we are sorry. And we ask, Lord, that you please forgive us for all the wrongs that we've done. Dear Father, we come to tell you thank you. Thank you, Lord, for so many things. First of all, for lying down last night and waking us up this morning, we say thank you. For giving us health and strength, we say thank you. For living in a country where we are free, Lord God, we say thank you. Now, Heavenly Father, I pray and ask tonight that as these two students do battle on this football field, that you would keep all of the players, the cheerleaders, the band members, the spectators, all of us, keep us safe, Lord God. And then, Father, we pray tonight for the school administrators, the janitors, all who are involved in this event. And then, Heavenly Father, we pray for our country. Pray for peace and love and understanding between all people. And now, Lord, we ask all of these things in no other name than the name of Jesus. Let all the saints of God say amen.
6 minutes until kickoff here in Lanett, Alabama. We'll take a 2.5-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
Here at Bain Heating and Air Conditioning, we're proud to offer service you can trust, along with Lanett products that can keep you comfortable and save you money. This fall, Bain Heating and Air Conditioning is offering up to $1,600 in rebates on a brand new Lennox system. So call us today at 1-800-894-3353 or visit us online at nheatingandac.com. Proudly offering Lennox products. Just another way we make you feel better. AL number 12072.
Start your children off with good dental care, and you and they will save money in the long run. That's because small problems can be caught early before they become major problems. Dr. Michael Edwards in Wadley can help put your child on the right dental path and keep them there. Teeth sealants can help prevent decay and the sometimes painful results that can make your child afraid of maintaining good dental health. Dr. Edwards offers expanders and space maintainers to keep teeth perfectly aligned and is licensed for pediatric IV sedation. Call Dr. Edwards for an appointment or consultation at 256-357-2882.
Life is a tough game, and when it gets tougher, say from auto accidents, falls, or even medical conditions, the Expert Rehabilitation Services can get you back in the game. Nowhere can you find better rehab services than the Rehab Center at TRC, formerly known as the Inn. New name, same great service with intensive physical, occupational, and speech therapy 6 days a week. Our therapists are trained in hip and knee replacement, strokes, amputations, cardiac disease, and many other debilitating diseases. The Rehab Center at Trailers Retirement Community covers East Alabama and West Georgia's premier rehab center. Call 334-863-3500.
Randolph County Concrete would like to thank our police officers, Sheriff's Department, Rescue Squad, and volunteer firemen for their continuous efforts to keep our businesses, families, and communities safe while putting themselves in harm's way every day. Thank you all.
Why choose Southern Union?
Between working and family responsibilities, I thought I'd never be able to go to school, but Southern Union offered flexible schedules for both day and night courses.
At Southern Union, I was able to take classes that gave me hands-on experience.
Journey has just begun. For more information, visit suscc.edu.
You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 1023 and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back. Coin toss getting underway between Wadley and Lanett. Your captains for the Wadley Bulldogs, number 4, Garrett Masters, number 20, Caden Messer, number 54, Luke Freeman, and number 11, Dalton Brown. Your captains for the Lanett Panthers, number 4, Christian Story, number 9, Tifton Dobbs, number 11, Traquez Bridges, and number 53, Deterion Glaze. They're getting the coin toss ready and getting ready to play here in Lanett. Coin has been flipped. Wadley won the coin toss, and they decided to defer to the second half. So the dynamic offense of the Lanett Panthers will get the ball to start the ball game. We're getting ready for a big-time Class 1A matchup between the number 1 team in Class 1A, the Lanett Panthers, and the Wadley Bulldogs. You kind of feel a little bit of electricity in the air here. A lot of questions with both teams in Class 1A. How's it going to fare?
Well, like we were saying earlier, I believe that these two teams' offenses are playing right into the weaknesses of the defense that they're playing up against. I expect tonight to see some hard hits. I expect to see some physical lines. But tonight, if either team wants to win this game, they're going to have to take advantage of mistakes made by the other team and make as least mistakes as possible themselves. I believe this is going to be a tight game. I believe it's going to be a hard-fought game. But at the end of the day, I think ground and pound wins out over this fun and gun, and I think the Wadley Bulldogs are going to end up winning this game. Old school versus new school, I think old school wins.
We certainly hope so. And the Lanett Panthers will be receiving the opening kickoff from the Wadley Bulldogs. We're getting ready for football here in Lanett, Alabama. Beautiful night for football here. This humongous stadium we came in, and Chance was like, there's no way this team's a 1A football school. They used to be 4A, and then they slipped down to 2A. They used to be in Hanley's region at 4A a while back, and then they slipped down to 2A, and now this year, for the next 2 years, they've jumped down to Class 1A. So this is a team that Wadley is going to have to put up with for the next 2 years.
Yeah, this is definitely a 2A school playing in 1A. A lot like how Hanley in 2011 was a 4A school playing in 3A.
Right.
They're going to have a lot of fun. Hopefully, the 1A teams that these Lanett Panthers play up against will be able to compete with them. But they're going to have a lot of fun being in 1A for the next couple of years before they eventually go back up to 2A.
Lined up for the kickoff, Justin Fulgham. Back deep to receive for the Panthers is number 2, Zion Lynch. Bulldogs kicking from the left to the right, the west to the east. They'll be kicking off from their own 40. Wadley wearing white jerseys, white pants, red numerals on the shoulder pads and on their back. White helmet with a double red stripe down the middle and a Wisconsin red W on each side. Lanett dressed in all black and gold. Black jerseys, black pants, gold outline on each side of the pants, and gold numbers. And here's the kick. It's a little pooch kick, and it's fielded, and he fumbled the football. It's picked up by Lanett. They're running up the opposite sideline, and he is gone. Touchdown, Lanett. So on the opening kickoff, Wadley kicks a pooch kick, and it bounced on the ground, and nobody had it, and a Lanett player ended up picking it up and running it in for 6.
Yeah, about 2 or 3 Wadley guys tried to fall on that football there, and when they did, I guess a knee or a hand hit the football, and it just squirted out of the pile, and up comes the Lanett guy, scoops it up, and runs it in for the touchdown.
And that is the last the way you wanted that game to start.
Yeah, absolutely. And see, all the Wadley guys that fell on it, there was one that went off to the side of it, but the one guy, I believe, who punched it out of that pile went in to scoop it, and you're taught to fall and roll on that football, and because of that mental error, Lanett was able to come in and scoop it up safely and take it in for a touchdown.
Castro on for the PAT. The kick is up, and it is no good. So Lanett 6, Wadley 0, 11:43 left in the first quarter. We're just getting started here. Lanett on top early. We'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
At RMC, we love serving people in small towns throughout Northeast Alabama. But there's nothing small about the care we provide. For example, we're a member of the UAB Cancer Network, have been awarded the Blue Distinction Award for Cardiac Care by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alabama, and are rated in the top 5% in the country by the Commission on Cancer. It's not about the size of the town. It's about the strength of our regional health system. Regional Medical Center. Advanced technology. Advanced care.
You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to Lanett, Alabama. Lanett gets on the board with a kickoff return for a touchdown on a weird play. So now Lanett's kicking off. That's Traquez Bridges, the 6'4" senior safety that's committed to Oregon, lining up to kick off for the Panthers of Lanett. It's Lanett 6, Wadley 0 here really early. Trevor Cameron lined up on his own 15-yard line, ready to receive the opening kickoff. And here's the kick. Little pooch kick as well. This one fielded by Caden Messer. Messer looking for running room up the right side. Messer to the inside. There he goes. 35-30, 25-20, 15. Knocked out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Caden Messer needed a block from Jonathan Poole, but Poole was celebrating going down the sideline with his hands up, so he couldn't give him the block he needed.
Yeah, you can't celebrate too early. You got to be looking. You got to be watching, be vigilant, and make some blocks. Caden Messer just did not have the finishing speed to get those last 10 yards. The closing speed of the Lanett Panthers overcame him. But my goodness, what an answer, Kyle. What an answer by these Wadley Bulldogs in the face of that touchdown really fast. Makes a response just as quick in return.
And Wadley needing to get into the end zone now to try to tie this one up and even take the lead. 11:30 left in the first quarter. Lanett scored on the opening kickoff. Wadley almost scored on the kickoff right after that. They have the ball first and goal on the Lanett 10-yard line. They'll line up in the new offense. It's kind of like an I formation, but he's got two guys lined up beside each other at fullback and a wingback. Here's the handoff over the right side. Trevor Cameron. Cameron gets to about the 5-yard line before he's met by a bunch of Panthers. If you get 5 on first down, not a problem with that.
No, not a problem. That's a very good play on first and goal. You hope that you make much of this really, really, really good field position. You don't want to squander anything. You want to be methodical, but you also don't want to overthink it. You want to make good plays just like that. Little 5-yard runs like that. Now you're 5 yards away from the end zone. You get another 5-yard run, touchdown.
Second and goal from the 5 for the Bulldogs. They'll line up in that kind of offset I formation. Caleb Bennett is the wingback off the right hip of the tight end. Two running backs in the backfield, Tommy Overton and number 1, Trevor Cameron, and they hand it off to Overton up the middle. Tommy Overton is stopped for a loss of 2, and now it's third and goal.
Kyle, right here, we've watched 2 runs up the middle, one to the right, one to the left. If I'm Coach Farr, I've baited them in that I'm going to run it to the inside. I'm going to kind of shimmy it to the outside on this play on third down. I'm not going to pass it. I'm going to run it. This is 4-down territory. I'm about to run this ball, but I'm going to get it to the outside.
Give a little fake to the fullback and toss it to the outside.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they might bring Bennett in motion around the left side and kind of give him an end-around play as well as he's lined up off the right side of the tight end. And here's a snap from Wadley. They'll fake the handoff, rolling out to his right. Dalton Brown. Brown throws it over the middle, and it is incomplete. I thought it was intercepted.
Yeah, it looked like an interception. That should have been an interception. It hit the Lanett player right in the breadbasket. Good play call if guys are open, but there were 6 guys around those 3 receivers right there. And not a good throw by the quarterback. Should have kept it, maybe even ran it for a couple of yards.
Well, the big thing there is you ran to the short side of the field with all of your receivers, so they're all bunched up in the corner of the end zone.
Right.
Because you're already lined up on the near side hash, so they have that much less room to work with.
Exactly. That kind of play you want to run to the right in that bootleg if it's the wide side of the field.
Referees are trying to get them to reset the play clock here as they started it way too fast. So Wadley getting the play in. Lanett lined up on defense, ready to try and stop them. Christian Story, the quarterback for Lanett, the decommitted from Tennessee, plays a little bit kind of outside linebacker, safety somewhere in there. So Wadley on 4th and goal from the 7-yard line, lined up in the same kind of formation, offset eye. 2 fullbacks, Caleb Bennett and Tommy Overton. The deep back, number 1, Trevor Cameron. Under center, number 11, Dalton Brown. Referees kind of talking it over with each other. Not quite sure what's going on. The scoreboard says 94 minutes, so that might be a problem. 9 minutes, 40 seconds is what they'll set it down to now. Had a problem with the play clock and the game clock. So now that's fixed. And the Bulldogs are going to go for it on 4th and goal. Dalton under center. And false start.
False start by a mile there.
That's number 13, Chris Hodges, who jumped before the snap. He was blocking down on that play. You could see. He was the tight end on the far side, on the far left side, beside the left tackle, and he jumped and he was going to block down. So it looked like maybe a toss to that side.
Yeah, that was definitely going to be an outside run there, blocking down. You're not going to block down if you're running to the inside. You'll block your man right into your running back. Definitely looking like an outside run on that play. But now we'll get to see what they're going to do if they change it up here.
4th and goal now for Wadley. 2 receivers to the far side. Dalton under center takes a snap, and he'll hand it off up the middle. And that's not going anywhere. Hand off up the middle, and that's not going anywhere, and Lanett will take over on downs.
You know, on that play, you know, you expect to get it to a speedier guy. Tommy Overton's a really good fullback and a really good football player, but speedy he is not. You know, you expect maybe to toss that out to Trevor Cameron, get him to the edge, and maybe he can make some plays. Maybe he can show a shiftiness, get a juke, get a spin, get into the end zone. But body blows. Maybe this is going to wear down the Lanett defense in the long run.
Tried some smoke and mirrors there, and it didn't work. Shotgun set for Story and the Panthers. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Story takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to look to throw it over the top, and it is incomplete. Almost intercepted. That's Caleb Bennett. If Caleb was a little bit taller, he would have picked that one off.
Yeah, absolutely. That ball was underthrown by a mile, trying to get it to Traquez Bridges. Did not get to him. It was a good 6 yards short of him. And like you said, if Bennett was just about 3 or 4 inches taller, he could have jumped up and caught that ball. It looked like the quarterback was trying to throw it to him. It just overthrew the defensive player.
Shotgun set once again for Story. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. He'll bring him in motion. Here's the snap. He'll hand it off on a speed sweep over the far side. And Wadley with a good stop right there. Short gain, maybe 2 or 3 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, that was number 15. Caleb Bennett, again, almost made the play on that pass play, did make the tackle on this play. Great read by this Wadley defense.
So now 3rd and 9 for the Panthers of Lanett here. 8 minutes, 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Lanett 6, Wadley 0. He'll line Bridges up in the slot to the near side. Shotgun set. 4 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Here's the snap. Story rolling to his left, looking for somewhere to throw. He's going to have to step up and run, and he is sacked. Caden Messer and Elijah Beverly on the sack. The Wadley defensive line, they're back.
That was an amazing collapse of that defensive line that made the offensive line of these Panthers implode. They just 2 or 3 of these offensive linemen fell on their backs, and it was just a great effort by this Wadley defensive front to get back there and make a sack.
So now Bridges lining up to punt deep in his own end zone. He's about 8 yards into his own end zone. The end zone's 10 yards itself, and he is 8 yards deep. Back deep to receive Trevor Cameron, and the Bulldogs looking to try to block this punt. Here's a snap to Bridges, a little high. He gets it, and it's almost blocked. He tries to get a flag, and they throw a flag. He flopped as a punter right there, and they threw the flag. Caden Messer was trying to go for the block, and when he got close to him, he pulled up so that he wouldn't get that foul, but Bridges kind of threw his legs up in the air like he got hit, and they threw the flag.
Made contact with a punter. You can't do that unless you make contact with a ball, and I believe this should be a running into the kicker, definitely not a roughing the kicker, but it looks like they might be calling it roughing the kicker.
They called it roughing the kicker, and that's 15 yards and a first down.
An automatic first down. I disagree with that, but that was very, very good acting on Tri-West Bridges' part. That's part of the game. You got to play it like that sometimes.
So now Lanett's going to have 1st and 10 after that roughing the punter penalty. 1st and 10 lined up at their own 22-yard line. 7:43 left in the first quarter. 6-0 Lanett. Shotgun set, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Wadley's a DB short. And Lanett doesn't have a center.
Oh, wow.
15 seconds left on the play clock. They didn't have a center. Now the center will run in. 8 seconds on the play clock. All he's got to do is snap the ball, and he snaps it, and they'll hand it off over the right side, and this one's stopped. Elijah Beverly once again in the hole.
This Wadley defense is showing early that you're not going to be able to run it on them. Just great physicality, especially on that left side of this defensive line.
So now 2nd and 11. 1-yard loss on that play. They'll bring in Bridges. Story checking the quarterback chart on his wrist, looking at all the routes he's calling for his receivers. He's in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. He's got a running back off of his left hip in the backfield. And he'll flip him to the other side. There's a snap. Dropping back to pass to Story. He's having to step up, trying to get away from Wadley defenders, and he's knocked down on the play after a gain of about 2. And hello again, Elijah.
Tell you what, the nose guard on that play for these Wadley Bulldogs, he made a sidestep on the center and got back there, was the first one to make contact, caused the quarterback Story to try to gain some yardage upfield, and he was met by Elijah Beverly. A great play by this defensive line, getting past these Panther offensive linemen almost untouched.
So now 3rd and 8. The lineup in the shotgun, 2 receivers to either side for Story. He'll bring a man in motion, takes a snap, throws a slant pattern over the right side, and that's a first down. It's a good little pitch and catch there, a slant route. I know you love slant patterns.
Love the slant. Been waiting for that. As they've been going this drive, they hadn't thrown it yet. But yeah, that's a great play to call on 3rd and medium. You want to see that play call with the receiver catching it in stride. The reason that he didn't get any more yards is because the quarterback threw it behind him.
Story in the shotgun, 2 receivers to either side once again. 11 seconds on the play clock. He snaps it. Handoff up the middle. This is going nowhere. They'll lose a yard or 2. As we said, Lanett's defense strong against the pass. Wadley's defense strong against the run.
Absolutely, and that looked to be number 54, Luke Freeman, on that tackle.
We're going to have a heat timeout here. We'll take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
Why choose Southern Union?
Between working and family responsibilities, I thought I'd never be able to go to school. But Southern Union offered flexible schedules for both day and night courses.
At Southern Union, I was able to take classes that gave me hands-on experience to aid in my future career.
I really needed a calculus class, but couldn't fit calculus into my schedule this semester. So I went to Southern Union, and it transferred back to my university.
Keep going at Southern Union. Your journey has just begun. For more information, visit suscc.edu.
Eye Care of Alabama, efficient and effective eye care close to home, proudly supports Randolph County, Hanley, Woodland, and Wadley high school football teams and academics. Dr. Mohan and the staff at Eye Care of Alabama offer cutting-edge technology, and they strive for excellent outcomes with every patient to get the best vision and medical eye care possible. Protect your eyes and vision with regular eye exams. Care, credit, and most vision and medical insurances accepted. Eye Care of Alabama in Roanoke, Heflin, and Piedmont. Learn more about our services online on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on our website. Call 844-480-2020. Go Teams!
You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at Eagle 102.
Welcome back. And on 2nd and long, they throw a go route to number 2 down the near sideline, and Kadarius Zachary swats it away.
Beautiful defense by these Wadley Bulldogs. They were in 4-3 cover 2. Not the defense that you want to throw that deep ball on. There was a cornerback and a safety playing that deep man. Beautiful defense by these Wadley Bulldogs.
So now they'll line up in the shotgun once again. 2 receivers set to either side for Story. 10 seconds left. They snap it a little quick. He wasn't ready. He's dropping back to pass, looking for somewhere to throw. He's going to have to run, and he is short of the first down once again. Wadley will make Lanett have to punt.
Number 60, Chaz Harmon there, the hero on that play. Tackled the quarterback before the quarterback could get any headway. Beautiful play. Again, beautiful by this Wadley defense. Hardly any mistakes so far.
So now 5:01 left in the first quarter. Lanett 6, Wadley 0. Lanett lining up to punt once again. Last time Lanett had to punt, it was in their own end zone, and Wadley got a roughing the punter penalty, and that's what helped Lanett get an automatic first down. But now Lanett has to punt again. Triquez Bridges lined up at his own 22 to punt the football. Bridges with the snap. Kick is up. Beautiful, beautiful end-over-end kick. And the ball takes a Wadley bounce, and it's down at about the 28-yard line. There's a flag in the backfield again.
Another Wadley player shoved the punter after the punter had already punted the ball. Mental mistake there. It's going to be another running into the kicker penalty.
They called a personal foul on the defense. Not sure exactly who it was on, but it was a personal foul on the defense. What happened was as the punter kicked the ball on that one, somebody from Wadley went back and shoved him right after he kicked it, so they threw a flag. So that was on 4th down. We'll see how that's assessed.
It's very interesting. It's a personal foul. That's 15 yards if it's a personal foul.
Yep. And
automatic first down.
And that's what it is. 15 yards and an automatic first down.
Mental mistakes, you can't do that, Kyle. They've got the ball around the 50-yard line. These Panthers do. You've caused them to go 3 and out twice, and now you're giving them another opportunity. You make mistakes like this, you're going to give a football game away. These Wadley Bulldogs have to stay in their minds. They have to stay disciplined. Can't make mental errors like that.
And the Wadley defense had stopped the Lanett offense twice in a row.
Right, 3 and out twice.
3 and out twice. And now they're back out here. Story lining up in the shotgun again. 2 receivers to either side. Here's a snap. He's throwing a little option route. Beautiful tackle. Kadarius Zachary at the 48-yard line. Beautiful. And there's a flag on the opposite side of the field. And Coach Cofield is livid. I mean, livid. Timeout by the defense. We'll take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
Randolph County Concrete would like to thank our police officers, Sheriff's Department, Rescue Squad, and volunteer firemen for their continuous efforts to keep our businesses, families, and communities safe while putting themselves in harm's way every day. Thank you all.
Life is a tough game, and when it gets tougher, say from auto accidents, falls, or even medical conditions, the Expert Rehabilitation Services can get you back in the game. Nowhere can you find better rehab services than the Rehab Center at TRC, formerly known as the Inn. New name, same great service with intensive physical, occupational, and speech therapy 6 days a week. Our therapists are trained in hip and knee replacement, strokes, amputations, cardiac disease, and many other debilitating diseases. The Rehab Center at Trailers Retirement Community covers East Alabama and West Georgia's premier rehab center. Call 334-863-3500. You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back. Penalty was an illegal substitution on Wadley, so now it's 1st and 5 for Lanett. They're in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the near side. The quarterback, Story, in the shotgun. Takes a snap, and he'll fake the handoff. He's running it by himself over the near side. Story's got some room. He's to the 30, cuts back at the 20, and he's tripping up. He's getting close to the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown, Christian Story. So all the penalties added up, and Lanett gets in the end zone. And it's 12-0, Lanett.
Yeah, you make all those penalties. Your defense is out there way too long. You get tired, and finally the quarterback is able to make a really good play. And I saw 4 tackles there, Kyle, that should have been made. This quarterback broke loose of, or the defender just took a poor angle. And then that's what happens. You make careless mistakes like the Bulldogs did, running into the kicker twice, and then an illegal substitution. That's what you get. You end up handing points to the other team.
So now here's the PAT for Lanett. Kick is up, and it is good. Lanett 13, Wadley 0, 3:51 left in the first quarter. Wadley's dug a little bit of a hole. They got to find their way to get out. Take a 30-second break. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
Here at Bain Heating and Air Conditioning, we're proud to offer service you can trust, along with Lennox products that can keep you comfortable and save you money. This fall, Bain Heating and Air Conditioning is offering up to $1,600 in rebates on a brand new Lennox system. So call us today at 1-800-894-3353 or visit us online at nheatingandac.com. Proudly offering Lennox products. Just another way we make you feel better. AL number 12072. You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back. The Panthers of Lanett lining up to kick off here. They're up 12-0. They returned the opening kickoff on a weird play. They returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown. Wadley got stopped on 4th and goal at the Lanett 7-yard line, and then Lanett, with a few costly penalties against the Bulldogs, got into the end zone with Christian Story on a 45-yard touchdown run, and now it is 13-0 Lanett. So now Lanett lining up to kick. Trevor Cameron back deep to receive the kick at about the 13-yard line. And this one, end-over-end kick, it's going to go to Cade Messer again. Messer takes the kick. He's looking for running room over the right side. Tries to stiff-arm a man. That's number 20, and he goes down at about the 33-yard line. That's where Wadley takes over 1st and 10. So Wadley's going to have to get some offense.
Yeah, they're going to have to, but now with the field wide open to them, Kyle, they're able to run their game plan. The first time they got the ball, they were within the 10, and that you kind of in the red zone, things are already shaking up. But you start in the goal line offense, and you're kind of tossing up ideas, not really sure what to do. You haven't gotten a groove to get down there. It was just a one play, but now we're probably going to be able to see Wadley get in their groove and make their way down the field methodically. Hopefully, get a touchdown.
So Wadley in that kind of special formation. Under center is Dalton Brown, his 2 backs in the backfield, Tommy Overton and Trevor Cameron. Cameron over the left side. He cuts back up the middle. He's at the 40, 45. Finally taken down at the 47-yard line. That's a first down, Trevor Cameron.
And there, Kyle, we see the exact play they should have ran when they were in the goal, when they were in that goal line offense. They should have ran that play, that sweep, that outside give to Trevor Cameron. That's a 10-yard run. Yep. 10 yards at the 5. That's a touchdown. You're past the end line there.
Yep.
So they're beginning to see that these coaches, they're not blind. They're beginning to see exactly what we're looking at, that these ends and these DBs are playing in real tight, basically 11 guys all in the box with nobody out there on the edges, and they're about to start exploiting that, I believe.
So now 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs once again. They line up in a power I set. 2 fullbacks in the backfield. That's Sebastian Owens and Tommy Overton, the 2 big fullbacks. And they'll hand it off to Trevor Cameron over the left side. Cameron looking for running room. Cameron gets a gain of about 7 on the play.
Hard-nosed running by Trevor Cameron to get those yards. See, the chains are trying to move. They thought it was a first down, but no, it's only a gain of 7. That's what a dynamic player Trevor Cameron is. You automatically think, it's a first down.
Well, it's been doing a little bit of trash talking this week. They said Trevor Cameron's trash, and Trevor didn't take that lightly. Trevor is running with purpose tonight. That made him pretty mad about this week. That's locker room material, as they say. Power I said once again. Here's the handoff up the middle to Trevor Cameron. Cameron runs over a man and gets the first down.
That first man to make contact is number 4 for the Lanett Panthers.
Story, the quarterback.
And just Trevor Cameron just blows over him and gets an extra couple of yards on that run.
There's a flag on the play. The flag sitting at the 40-yard line. Not sure what it's on, who it's on. We'll see. Referee looks to be backing the defense up, so we can hope. Dead ball personal foul on the defense. That'll work out for Wadley.
All right, now we're getting some careless mistakes on the Panthers, and maybe this will help out these Wadley Bulldogs as they make their way towards the end zone.
2:44 left in the first quarter. Lanett 13, Wadley 0. A lot of lot of inopportune penalties going on, a lot of weird plays going on. The kickoff return was weird. Wadley had big-time penalties on the last drive that Lanett scored on. Now Wadley marching it down the field, trying to put one in the end zone and cut into that deficit a little bit.
Yeah, Wadley errors have led to both of these Lanett touchdowns. Wadley's not out of the game. They've played the better game so far. You just got to stay with it and play what you know.
Power I said once again. Here's a handoff over the right side. Trevor Cameron cuts back up the middle. Cuts back again. He's down to the 15-yard line. That's another first down for the Bulldogs, and Trevor is fired up.
He is running with purpose tonight. He made it to that second level and met a safety there and just took a hard right step and a juke. And my goodness, if somebody hadn't come up from behind, did not give up on the play. Kudos to that Lanett player not giving up on the play. He caught him from behind. That was looking like a really, really good run. Great first down run by Trevor Cameron.
So now 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from the 15-yard line. This is where they kind of fizzled out on last drive. They got down 1st and goal from the 10, and they weren't able to get it in. This time, 1st and 10 from the 15, so they can get a first down this time. Power I once again. Dalton under center, Trevor Cameron, the deep back. They'll hand it off up the middle to Tommy Overton. Overton keeps those legs churning, going all the way down to about the 5-yard line. Tommy had 3 Panthers hanging off of his shoulder pads, and he kept the legs moving.
Yeah, great run by Tommy Overton. I was about to say, Kyle, you don't want to go to another running back like Messer or Overton. You want to stay with a hot hand. But my goodness, Overton said, "Hey, let me eat too. Give me the rock, and I'll get some yards." And great run by Overton there.
Well, it's like you said earlier. They got accustomed to them running outside,
right?
And they were expecting outside, and the middle was open.
Right now, the middle is open. Exactly. Where a couple of drives ago, it was the middle was closed and the outside was open.
3 seconds on the play clock. Dalton's got to get the snap off. He gets it off, hands it off. Cade Messer over the left side. Messer looking for running room, and he has a first down. He's down at about the 2-yard line. 1st and goal from the 2 for the Bulldogs.
Fantastic run. That's a good thing about having all these really talented running backs. You can just feed it to the guy who's fresh. Where Trevor Cameron right now is your hot hand, you want to keep him fresh. You want to keep him where he can still run it. You don't want him to get too overheated and too exhausted. You've got guys you can hand it to like Overton and Messer where Trevor Cameron can get a rest.
1st and goal from the 2 for the Bulldogs. Power I set. Here's the handoff up the middle. Trevor Cameron, he's hitting the backfield for a loss of about 2 on the play. The defensive end on the far side of the field came in untouched and speared him.
They saw Trevor Cameron come back into the game. They knew that Wadley had been running up the middle the past couple plays, so they read Trevor Cameron up the middle. There it is, blown play. Right here, I'd like to see Trevor Cameron run it, but I'd like to see, like I said the last time they were here, kick it to the outside. And now the right side, if you want to run the bootleg, the right side is now your wide side of the field, so that's open too.
10 seconds on the play clock. Dalton under center, power I set. Trevor Cameron the deep back once again. And Dalton trying to snap it with 1 second. Dalton's out of time. Dalton was over on the sideline talking to Coach Farr for a while there. Not sure exactly what they were talking about, but it's a delay of game on the offense. Well, he called delay of game, but Wadley called a timeout. Wadley saying we called a timeout. Why'd you back us up 5 yards? That's what they're trying to figure out right now.
I wonder if the head ref knows that he called a timeout yet.
No, he's saying he called a timeout after the penalty was assessed. So we're going to take a 30-second break. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
It's not just a home or car. It's the 5 hours you spent in the kitchen mastering your epic wing recipe and the 3-hour family road trip to the tailgate party. While other insurance companies just see them as a bundle or combo, State Farm agent Ken Seifert sees your home and car as a time and memories you put into them. Ken understands what your things really mean to you and is here to help you give the protection they deserve. Talk to State Farm agent Ken Seifert in Roanoke for your home and auto insurance today.
You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back. So now Wadley was assessed a delay of game and then wasted a timeout. So with 17.7 seconds left in the first quarter, Lannett's up 13-0. Wadley has the ball, 2nd and goal from the 9-yard line.
You know, Kyle, quick little story. I coached the Faith Christian Academy Lions, and this exact thing happened to me one game, and I fussed with the referee, and I said, no, if you're gonna put the penalty on me, I don't want the timeout.
Right.
And I gave it back to them. They said, you can't do that. I said, I'm doing it, regardless if I can or not.
Yeah. So now, 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line for Wadley. There in the power I said once again. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Dalton rolling out to his left, throws it over the top, and it is touchdown Bulldogs! Chris Hodges in the back of the end zone. Touchdown pass to the tight end.
Chris Hodges just got lost in the multitude of guys running around there. And again, it's a bootleg to the short side of the field. Not exactly what I would call, but in this case, Kyle, it works. And if it works, hey, points are points.
So that's the same exact play they used when they tried to get the touchdown on 3rd and goal last drive, and it didn't work.
They must really like the short side of the field to run bootleg zone, because I've noticed that they did that last week, and they've done it again twice this week. They must practice that quite a bit. Coach Farr must not like running bootlegs to the wide side.
Water bucket formation. Dalton's going to walk this one in for 2. Bulldogs 8, Lanett 13 here in the first quarter, 16 seconds left. We got a good one on the hands.
Lanett didn't see it coming. Beautiful execution on that water bucket play.
What I found funny last Saturday, Auburn ran the water bucket formation, as we call it. And everybody was like, what in the world are they running? What kind of formation is that? And I'm like, I see this every week. If you ever go to a Wadley game, you see the water bucket formation pretty much every week. And that time they run it to perfection, unlike Auburn, where Auburn's quarterback didn't throw the ball to the wide open receiver. Dalton walks this one in, and it's 13-8. Lanett here with 16.3 seconds left in the first quarter. A good drive right there for Wadley, and one that they needed.
Absolutely. You don't score there, the game is looking like it's about to get out of hand, but now you've made a ball game out of it. You know that your defense can stop if you don't make mental errors by running into the kicker, having 12 men on the field, being offsides, those kind of mistakes like that. If you can stop them, so just don't make any mistakes this drive. Stop them, get the ball back. It's okay. The game's in your court, even though you're losing.
So now Justin Fulgham lining up to kick this one off. Back deep to receive is number 2 for the Panthers of Lanett. That is Zion Lynch. The last kick was kind of a squib kick that was accidentally picked up for a touchdown. It was a weird situation. This one is kicked over the left side, and it'll roll out of bounds. What'd you rather have, roll out of bounds or kick it to one of their big-time impact players? It's the kind of pick your poison kind of thing.
Yeah, it's one of those things where the kick was short anyway. They're going to get yards, so I'd rather the kick go out of bounds and them get the ball with good field position than I had you kick it to a guy who's speedy, who can run, and they get it on the other side of the 50.
Right.
I'm okay with this. As a coach, you hate to see that, but as a spectator and as a football fan, I'm okay with that.
Just give them the ball at the 40 instead of possibly letting them run one back.
Exactly.
They've already run one back as it is.
Well, you don't mind them having it on their own 35, but you would hate to have it on your 35. So it's one of those things where I'm okay with this.
Mm-hmm. So now Story lining up in the shotgun. He has 3 receivers. They're trying to get the offense right. Christian Story trying to get everybody lined up. He's got 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. He's in the shotgun once again. 1st and 10 from their own 35. Christian rolling out to the left, throws it over the top. This one is a little short, but they called it a catch. Pass a little short. It looked like it could have skipped, but it's called a grab at about the 37-yard line. 38-yard line. Give them a gain of 3 on the play. That's the end of the first quarter. Your score, Lanett 13, Wadley 8. We'll take a 2-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
Why choose Southern Union?
Between working and family responsibilities, I thought I'd never be able to go to school. But Southern Union offered flexible schedules for both day and night courses.
At Southern Union, I was able to take classes that gave me hands-on experience to aid in my future career.
I really needed a calculus class, but couldn't fit calculus into my schedule this semester. So I went to Southern Union, and it transferred back to my university.
Keep going at Southern Union. Your journey has just begun. For more information, visit suscc.edu.
You know, some of us were just born with dull or discolored teeth, but they don't have to stay that way. In just about an hour, Dr. Michael Edwards can give you that $1 million bright white smile you've always wanted. That's all the time it takes in his office, or you may elect to do it at home. Dr. Edwards also offers a convenient 3-week at-home whitening program. Both are completely safe and approved by the American Dental Association and the FDA. Don't let dull or discolored teeth keep you from smiling. Call Dr. Michael Edwards in Wedowee for an appointment or consultation at 256-357-2882.
Randolph County Concrete would like to thank our police officers, Sheriff's Department, Rescue Squad, and volunteer firemen for their continuous efforts to keep our businesses, families, and communities safe while putting themselves in harm's way every day. Thank you all.
Eye Care of Alabama, efficient and effective eye care close to home, proudly supports Randolph County, Hanley, Woodland, and Wadley high school football teams and academics. Dr. Mohan and the staff at Eye Care of Alabama offer cutting-edge technology, and they strive for excellent outcomes with every patient to get the best vision and medical eye care possible. Protect your eyes and vision with regular eye exams. Care, credit, and most vision and medical insurances accepted. Eye Care of Alabama in Roanoke, Heflin, and Piedmont. Learn more about our services online on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on our website. Call 844-480-2020. Go Teams!
You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back. On 2nd and 7, Lanett hands it off over the left side to number 3, and he is taken down at the line of scrimmage by Cade Messer, and now it's 3rd and 7. Shotgun set for Story. Story takes a snap. He's going to run an option. He's stopped short of the first down. He'll get a gain of about 2 or 3 on the play, but Wadley makes a stop on defense.
Beautiful gang tackling there. First one there to the ball was number 15, Caleb Bennett, and he was joined by three of his teammates there. You like to see that, multiple hats to the ball, especially when a athlete like Story is running it.
And Will Phillips, friend Will over here, pointed out Christian Story holding his hand after the play, and that's the star quarterback. That's something to definitely keep an eye on. So now 4th and 5. Punt formation for Bridges and Lanett.
Don't touch the punter.
Exactly.
Don't even go for a block.
Don't touch the man. And they didn't. And this one, a beautiful punt. It takes a beautiful Lanett bounce all the way to about the 17. The good news is Wadley stopped him on defense, and the punt was actually able to happen.
3 and out, you get the ball. Should have happened the last time these Lanett Panthers were out there, but this time it does happen. It's not a should have been. It is what did happen. So glad to see that from these Wadley Bulldogs. Now you know your offense can run the ball in these Panthers. You got 9 minutes, 59 seconds left in this second quarter. Run the ball, drain some time, score.
So now Wadley, 9:59 left in the second quarter. We have a 13-8 ball game on our hands between the number 1 Lanett Panthers and the Wadley Bulldogs. If I was Wadley, I'd line up in that power I said once again and see what we got.
Absolutely. Trevor Cameron to the outside is what I would do.
Here's a snap, handoff over the right side for the Bulldogs, and that is another first down for the Dogs. That one was a handoff to Tommy Overton over the right side, and Overton is a bull.
Tommy Overton is a machine. You have to get 3 or 4 guys on him before he's going to go down. You can't tackle him one-on-one most of the time. He's gonna keep on running, keep on churning his feet, and that's exactly what you want to see from a fullback or anybody running the ball for that matter. But as a fullback, when you don't have the speed, you want to show your strength, and that's exactly what he's done on the few carries he's had tonight.
And what you said last week was, man, these fullbacks are kind of like a train. Just get off the tracks because they're coming through.
Exactly.
And that train was rolling all night long so far. So now Dalton Brown in that offset eye once again. The D-backs, Trevor Cameron, Tommy Overton. Dalton snaps it, handoff over the right side, Trevor Cameron. Cameron looking for running room. He gets behind his blockers, and he'll get a good gain of about 6 or 7 on the play. It's just Wadley's line of scrimmage, both sides of the ball. That was a big point of emphasis coming into this game, is we know how good Wadley's line of scrimmage is on both sides, how big they are, how physical they are, how fast they are, and they're just moving it.
Yeah, they are. When you watch this offensive line on these run plays, because they're not doing a whole lot of passing, when they do these they are shoving this Panthers defensive line 2 yards back just off the jump, and that you have to do that to have success in the run game.
So they line up in that same formation once again. Dalton takes a snap, hands it off up the middle to Tommy Overton. Overton kind of keeps his legs turning. He may have got a first down. He's close to it.
Yeah, he's really close. Just by me looking, I don't think it was a first. It's really close, but it looks like they're moving the chains.
Yeah, they're moving the chains. It's a first down for the Dogs.
But I love these. I love these runs because if I'm the defense, I'm throwing my hands up because when it's not Trevor Cameron who's speedy, it's Tommy Overton who's a train, and if it's not him, it's Caden Messer who is just a small scat back who's just going to get through holes that these other backs couldn't get through. Great running group these Bulldogs have, and they are on fire tonight.
So lining up once again in that same formation. Dalton under center, 3 seconds on the play clock. Dalton snaps it, hand it off over the left side. Trevor Cameron. Cameron tries to sneak up under one of the Lanett guys. There's a flag on the play. Personal foul is what Will's saying it is. We'll see. Holding on the offense. Holding on the offense, so that'll back Wadley up. So Wadley, after all that momentum they gained, running the ball up the field, they'll get backed up 15 yards. So now it's going to be 1st and 25 with 8:08 left in the second quarter. So now Wadley facing 1st and 25 from their own 27-yard line. And Wadley's got to try to make some ground here. Clock's still running. 13-8 your score, Lanett on top. But Wadley having a little bit of success on offense and on defense. 8 seconds left on the play clock. Dalton's trying to swap Trevor's side. He takes a snap, drops back to pass. Dalton rolling out to his right side, looking for a man over the middle. He's got number 26. He's going to have to run it himself, and he's taken down in the backfield. That was Gage Ogilvy, who was open over the middle there. But Dalton had a man in his face, and he couldn't get it to him. So now it's 2nd and about 30 for the Bulldogs. 7:20 left in the first half. Lanett 13, Wadley 8.
At this point, you know, what I would like to see that I haven't seen in a really, really long time, you're back this far, I'd like to see a pooch kick. When's the last time you've seen a pooch kick, Kyle? I haven't seen one in years. I'd love to see one right now. I know they're not going to. You've still got the ability to get this first down, but just for the football fan in me, I'd love to see it.
So Dalton takes a snap. He hands it off up the middle, and it's fumbled. I think Tommy fell on it, but we'll see. Lanett, of course, thinks they have the ball.
Well, yeah, when you go down into these scuffles, everybody thinks they've got the ball.
And they say Lanett has the ball. It looked like Tommy fell on it in the backfield, but Lanett got the football.
Well, Kyle, that position right there when it's 2nd and about 30 and you're in your opponent's red zone just about, the reason that I was looking for and would love to see a pooch kick there is because of things like that, where you're going to see the increased risk of fumbles, increased risk of interceptions, because you're trying to make a play. You want to get the 30 yards, but you make mental mistakes, and the defense wouldn't have been ready for it.
Yeah, you give them really good field position now.
Absolutely.
Shotgun set for Story and the Panthers. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Story calling a man in motion. 6 seconds on the play clock. Christian takes a snap. It's over his head. He has to get it down. He's rolling out to the right side. He throws it up in the air, and it is intercepted in the end zone. Kadarius Zachary. Kadarius on man-to-man coverage, climbed the ladder and got that one.
That's an amazing defensive play, and just to talk about what was going on there defensively for these Wadley Bulldogs, they were in cover 2, and the quarterback threw it to a receiver who was running a vertical route, a go route. So he's got a cornerback on him, and he's got a safety on him, and the quarterback just made a terrible read, threw it up, 50-50 ball, 2 men are on him, and the Wadley Bulldogs were able to go up. Good job by Kadarius Zachary to go up and make a play on that ball, as you said, climb the ladder.
So now power I set for the Bulldogs. Trevor Cameron dots the eye in the backfield. Here's the handoff to Trevor. He's met in the backfield. The Lanett Panthers not having it this time. That's a loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah, they're beginning to send guys, 3, 4, and 5 guys blitzing up the middle. They're telling these Wadley Bulldogs, if you're going to beat us, we're not having any more of this inside run. We're putting people here. We're putting bodies here.
We're putting 11 in the box.
Exactly. Don't run. If you run it in the middle, we're going to meet you with physical bodies.
And then putting 11 people in the box is the reason they did that play action pass and had a few guys open. Just couldn't complete the pass. So now it's 2nd and 11 for the Bulldogs. Power, eye, set once again. Here's the snap. Handoff over the left side. Trevor Cameron. Cameron looking for running room, and Christian Story trying to steal the ball from him. But he's down at the line of scrimmage for a gain of about 1. Make it 3rd and 10.
This Panther defense is showing their physicality again by controlling this line of scrimmage these past 2 runs. They're not giving any room for the Wadley running backs to run.
5:45 left in the first half. Lanett 13, Wadley 8. We'll take a 1-minute, 30-second break. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
Southern Ambulance Transport is always on call and always there when you need them. And we hope you don't need them, but if you do, call 256-357-2222 or 1-800-757-7367. They are your reliable emergency and non-emergency transportation, the highest quality of service. Southern Ambulance Transport is always ready. Call 256-357-2222 or 1-800-757-7367.
Hi, this is Steve Smith, manager at Russell Dewitt Center in Roanoke. On behalf of the Russell companies and all the employees at Russell Dewitt Center, I'd like to offer a big congratulations to all the area high school football teams on their efforts this season. Russell Dewitt Center is pleased to have been part of the support of area schools and helping to bring you area high school football on Eagle 102.3. We also want to thank you for your business and pledge our continued efforts to provide you with the finest products and service available. Come see us at Russell Dewitt Center, Highway 431, Roanoke.
Start your children off with good dental care, and you and they will save money in the long run. That's because small problems can be caught early before they become major problems. Dr. Michael Edwards in Wedowee can help put your child on the right dental path and keep them there. Teeth sealants can help prevent decay and the sometimes painful results that can make your child afraid of maintaining good dental health. Dr. Edwards offers expanders and space maintainers to keep teeth perfectly aligned and is licensed for pediatric IV sedation. Call Dr. Edwards for an appointment or consultation at 256-357-2882.
You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
Wadley on 3rd and long. They'll run a triple option to the far side of the field, and it's handed off to the fullback up the middle and goes for a gain of about 4 on the play. But that brings up 4th down.
It's going to bring up a 4th down and long. And, you know, on that triple option, you're watching as that defensive end and the defensive tackle there, if they collapse. Both of them collapsed. I don't know what the quarterback was looking at. Both of them collapsed, and he had a lane. If he had pulled it, he had a lane to get a first down.
10 seconds left on the play clock. Elijah Beverly back deep for the punt. This one, a spiraling punt, and it'll bounce at the 45 and takes a Lanett bounce. And they'll get the ball 1st and 10 from the 44. Wadley fans not happy with Lanett there. Lanett ran into Wadley's kicker on that one. But no flag.
Yeah, where's the flag, Mr. Ref? I'm asking the same question. Yeah. Where is it? You were so quick to call it 2 times.
Wadley's had it twice.
Yeah, but now the flag has gone MIA.
Yep. 1st and 10 now for the Panthers of Lanett on their own 43-yard line. Christian Story lines up in the shotgun. 2 receivers lined up to either side. The running back number 8, Brandon Smith, off his left hip. Christian dropping back to pass, looking over his left side. He steps up to run. There's a flag for holding. Big hit. He loses the football. Wadley picks it up. Caden Messer running down the middle of the field. Cuts back to the far sideline twice. He loses the football. It's picked up by Wadley. Have mercy. Wadley got the ball. So Wadley fell on the ball at the Lanett 31-yard line. There's a flag on the play, and the flag was holding on the offense.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a holding on the offense. This isn't going to be a penalty that would negate the fumble.
Yeah, the penalty is going to be declined from Wadley there. Referees talking it over, and they're talking with Elijah Beverly and Chaz Harmon of the Wadley side.
What a tremendous play by Caden Messer to be there to pick up that ball, but then tried to do a little too much and lost the ball himself, almost gave it back to the Panthers.
Caden's always a guy that you're going to find him near the football. I don't care
who
he's playing. I don't care where he's playing. Caden's going to be a guy that is always around the football.
It's like he has a ball magnet in his pocket, and he follows it all the way to the ball. But he was right there on it.
Referee's still discussing what's going on. So what happened was one of the Wadley defensive tackles was held and thrown to the ground, and they waved the flag off, which was holding. So that's fine. Wadley's going to get the football at the Lanett 31-yard line. It was waved off. The PA announcer missed that. So 4:39 left in the first half. 13-8 Lanett. Wadley has a chance to take the lead.
Great field position. You've got to take advantage of this right here, and you want to take the lead going into the half. Don't make any mental errors right here. Don't overthink it. Do what have we said the past couple weeks? Do what you know. Do exactly what you've been doing. Give it to Trevor Cameron. Give it to Caden Messer. Give it to Tommy Overton. Run this ball. Get some yards. Get a touchdown.
Power eye set. Handoff up the middle. Trevor Cameron. Cameron keeps those legs going. Gets a gain of about 5 on first down. Ran right between the left guard and the center. Was able to get about 5 on first down.
5 yards on first down. Exactly what you want in this situation because you've got 4 minutes to make it about 25 yards. No need to be in a hurry. Don't want to give Lanett the ball with time to score. Be methodical. You've got time. 5 yards is great in this particular situation.
So Dalton gets his barking orders from head coach, Coach Farr. 10 seconds on the play clock. Dalton talking to his team. They got to get up to the ball fast. He's telling Trevor Cameron the play. 5 seconds on the play clock. Dalton gets down, takes a snap, handoff. Left side, Trevor Cameron. Cameron hit at the line of scrimmage, and that's where he's taken down. Trevor picked up and dropped by 4 different Panther players.
You know, Kyle, I hate to sound like a broken record, but we've watched as these Wadley Bulldogs have ran offensively about 10 or 11 plays in consecutive order with a running back running up the middle. You'd love to see right now on 3rd and about 4, you'd love to see an outside run to get you're maybe not even get a touchdown, but just that fake inside outside give would get them a first down.
Right. And we're going to have a timeout. Coach Story is going to call a timeout. So we'll take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
Life is a tough game, and when it gets tougher, say from auto accidents, falls, or even medical conditions, the Expert Rehabilitation Services can get you back in the game. Nowhere can you find better rehab services than the Rehab Center at TRC, formerly known as the Inn. New name, same great service with intensive physical, occupational, and speech therapy 6 days a week. Our therapists are trained in hip and knee replacement, strokes, amputations, cardiac disease, and many other debilitating diseases. The Rehab Center at Trailers Retirement Community covers East Alabama and West Georgia's premier rehab center. Call 334-863-3500.
Eye Care of Alabama, efficient and effective eye care close to home, proudly supports Randolph County, Hanley, Woodland, and Wadley high school football teams and academics. Dr. Mohan and the staff at Eye Care of Alabama offer cutting-edge technology, and they strive for excellent outcomes with every patient to get the best vision and medical eye care possible. Protect your eyes and vision with regular eye exams. Care, credit, and most vision and medical insurances accepted. Eye Care of Alabama in Roanoke, Heflin, and Piedmont. Learn more about our services online on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on our website. Call 844-480-2020. Go Teams!
You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back. 3rd and 5 for the Bulldogs. They're at the Lanett 25-yard line. They'll line up in the wing T formation. This may be an outside run here, Mike. Lining up in the wing T. They'll bring Trevor Cameron in motion over the right side. Triple option. Here's a toss to Trevor Cameron. Cameron looking for the edge. He's to the 25, and he keeps his legs moving, and he's taken out of bounds at about the 21-22. That's not enough for a first down.
He was really, really close. He was met by a guy. He spun around and started running backwards and was met by a guy that he didn't see, and the guy pushed him back a couple of yards, and his forward progress stopped with about 2 yards to go. Close to a first down. If he'd fell back, maybe.
He was trying to fall back, and the guy hit him in the back. That stopped him.
Just a good heads-up play by the Panthers defense there. I'd run it again. Personally, I think it's open. I think it's there. Do it again.
4th and 2. Bulldogs in the power I set. 2 fullbacks. Trevor Cameron, the running back, and Coach Story's going to take a timeout. He wanted to see what Wadley was thinking about, and he'll take a timeout. We'll take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
Why choose Southern Union?
Between working and family responsibilities, I thought I'd never be able to go to school. But Southern Union offered flexible schedules for both day and night courses.
At Southern Union, I was able to take classes that gave me hands-on experience to aid in my future career.
I really needed a calculus class, but couldn't fit calculus into my schedule this semester. So I went to Southern Union, and it transferred back to my university.
Keep going at Southern Union. Your journey has just begun. For more information, visit suscc.edu.
You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
So now it's 4th and 3 for the Wadley Bulldogs. 2:20 left in the first half. Your score, Lanett 13, Wadley 8. Wadley has the ball on the Lanett 22-yard line. They're looking at 4th and 2 here. Wadley will be in the power I set. Trevor Cameron dots the I in the backfield. The 2 fullbacks, Sebastian Owens, Tommy Overton. Trevor Cameron trying to get the Bulldog faithful fired up. Dalton under center, takes a snap, handoff over the right side. Trevor Cameron. Cameron is going to get the first down. Down to about the 20-yard line. That's a first down.
My goodness, that was a hard-nosed run and got the first down. Beautiful run. He didn't let up where a lot of guys would have run and met resistance and kicked it back out. He didn't. He met resistance and then fell forward for the first down. Beautiful run there by Trevor Cameron.
Yards after contact. It's a big stat to have.
Yak.
Yep. Knots and yak, 2 things, non-offensive touchdowns and yards after contact, 2 things that are very important in winning a ball game.
Something you don't see with this Wadley offense is rack. Those yards after catch.
Yeah. Here's a handoff over the left side. Trevor Cameron. That will be a gain of 2 on the play, make it 2nd and 8. Yeah.
The run after catch yards.
Yeah, run after catch. When you throw it to a guy, he catches the ball, and how many yards he gets after he catches it.
It's kind of hard to get those rack yards when you don't pass the ball a whole lot.
They did throw a touchdown pass, but he didn't have to run anywhere. He was in the end zone.
0 rack yards, but a good for a first down.
But a touchdown.
Yeah.
So Caden Messer subbed into the ball game. 2nd and 8. 1 minute, 20 seconds left in the first half. Wadley trying to get a score to take the lead before halftime. Power I set. Trevor Cameron dots the I in the backfield. Dalton takes a snap, dropping back to pass. He's looking for the one-on-one coverage, throws it over the top, and it is touchdown! Touchdown, Wadley. Dalton Brown with a strike down the field. What a throw to Jonathan Poole for the touchdown.
Call that a dot, call that a dime, call that a touchdown. That was a beautiful throw to the outside shoulder of his receiver. My goodness gracious, that was a throw that even a college quarterback would have a hard time making. Beautiful, beautiful play.
And the coverage was perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could not get better coverage.
He put the ball exactly where only his receiver could catch it. That is a dime. That is a 10 out of 10. Would recommend to a friend. Beautiful. I'm going to Yelp.
Goodness.
I'm giving that 5 stars. That was beautiful.
Yeah. 5-star throw on that one from Dalton Brown.
Retweet that throw. That was beautiful.
Oh, yeah. They're lining up in the water bucket once again. Now they'll flip out of that, and they'll line up for the PAT. Justin Fulgham, the man to kick. Here's the snap, the hold. The kick is up, and it looks to be maybe a little bit to the right. It's good. So Wadley, 15, Lanett 13, 104 left in the first half. We'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
You know, some of us were just born with dull or discolored teeth, but they don't have to stay that way. In just about an hour, Dr. Michael Edwards can give you that $1 million bright white smile you've always wanted. That's all the time it takes in his office, or you may elect to do it at home. Dr. Edwards also offers a convenient 3-week at-home whitening program. Both are completely safe and approved by the American Dental Association and the FDA. Don't let dull or discolored teeth keep you from smiling. Call Dr. Michael Edwards in Wedowee for an appointment or consultation at 256-357-2882.
You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to Lanett High School. The Wadley Bulldogs take a 15-13 lead with 1:04 left in the first half. Wadley was down 13-0 in the first quarter. Since then, they have marched their way back, scratched, clawed, and fought all the way to the lead before halftime.
15 unanswered points gives Wadley the momentum with a minute left to go in this half. This is exactly where you wanted to be. When we were talking about they were going down the field, about to score a touchdown, you don't want to give this Panther offense any time to score. They do have about a minute left, but my goodness, you've shown on defense that you can control this Panther offense.
15-13, Wadley here with a minute left in the half. And here come the Panthers. They'll line up at their own 37-yard line. And if there's anybody that anyone in the state kind of wants as their quarterback in this kind of situation, Christian Story is one of the guys that you would pick.
Absolutely. He is a monster athlete and a guy who can throw a ball that we just saw be thrown by this Wadley offense. He can throw them too.
Shotgun set, throw over the middle, and they're looking for the sidelines. He steps out of bounds, the referee says, at the 40-yard line. Stops the clock at 55 seconds. 2nd and 7 now.
Well, if I'm counting right, this Panther this Panther team doesn't have any more timeouts. They're going to have to make plays like that where it's quick throws out of bounds. Otherwise, they're going to run out of time, and they're not going to be able to score in this half.
Shotgun set, 2 receivers to either side for Christian Story and the Panthers. 2nd and 7. Christian calling audible at the line. Takes a snap, dropping back to pass. Looking over his right side. He's having to step up to try to run, and he is brought down. I would say a sack, but Chaz Harmon grabbed him and threw him forward.
Yeah, go ahead and give Chaz Harmon credit for a sack, although it won't go down in the books as one, because he rattled the quarterback. And when you throw a man, if he gets yards, whatever, but I just got thrown. I'm shook right now because I've been thrown by a defensive lineman. The quarterback's rattled. You can tell it by how he's running back there in the pocket.
Lanett takes a timeout, and with 44.4 seconds left, not sure if he had a third timeout there. But
yeah, I guess I wasn't counting right.
The scoreboard said he still had 2 timeouts, which he called 2 on the last drive. 44 seconds left, and Lanett 15-13, Wadley on top of Lanett. Lanett trying to maybe get in the end zone to try to take the lead again before halftime.
That's reminiscent, Kyle, of that college game back a few years ago where the team got 5 downs.
Right.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of that. The coach here for the Panthers has gotten 4 timeouts, apparently.
So 3rd and 6 now for the Lanett Panthers. Wadley won the coin toss and deferred to the second half, so Wadley will get the ball first at the start of the second half, so they would love nothing more than to get a stop.
Momentum plus ball equals a score.
Right. Shotgun set, Christian Story, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. They were a man short, so they run the receiver on late. They'll have 3 receivers to the near side now. Christian Story takes a snap, dropping back to pass, looking over his right side, throws it over the top. This one is complete to number 7, and he slides and falls down. Slides and falls down at the 50-yard line. They'll move the chains.
That was a nifty little play there. He had 3 receivers out to wide to his right, and all 3 of them ran out routes.
Right.
That was a nifty little play there, and it was good for a first down.
He's just kind of looking. And now the clock will start once again. Lanett trying to get everybody lined up. 30 seconds left in the half. 15-13 Wadley. Shotgun set for Story. Christian Story takes a snap, looking over his right side. He's rolling that way. Throws it. Oh, almost intercepted. Chris Hodges off of his hands. The tight end that had the touchdown reception earlier in the game. Can't get his hands on that one.
Through his hands. Oh, he almost had it. He jumped a little late on that ball and it hit. He grabbed probably the bottom part of that football, but my goodness, what a beautiful play. And if you're these Panthers, you're going to have to play a little bit with more intensity if you're wanting to score before the half ends, because they're just kind of being slower than I would think as time expires with 22 seconds left.
Shotgun set, 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Story takes a snap, dropping back, looking over his left side. He's trying to make some room, throws it over the middle, wide net. Oh, he was wide open.
Honestly, Kyle, that should have been a catch.
It should have been a touchdown.
He jumped, and the ball hit him in his numbers, but he jumped for it. There's no reason to do that. He misread the ball. Would have been a touchdown if he had just kept on running, and it would have hit him in the breadbasket.
He had a man on a crossing route from the slot position on the far side. He was wide open over the middle. Story laid it on him, but the wide receiver jumped, and when he jumped, the ball went behind him. If he would have just kept running, it would have hit him in stride for a touchdown.
Exactly.
Shotgun set for Story, dropping back to pass, looking over the right side. Now he's got to run away, looking for the bomb, throws it way up in the air. This one is intercepted! Kadarius Zachary again! Second interception of the game.
Goodness gracious, Kyle. This feels like the game. We've still got another half to play, but I feel like this is the fourth quarter with all the emotion that's going on right now, with all these big plays that are happening. This is just a fun football game to watch right now, and I am anticipating this next half of football to be just as fun.
Taquavian Drake is down there on the sidelines. Kennesaw State played last night and won big. So he's here. He's on the sidelines, and he was number 10 last year, and Kadarius was kind of like his little brother as he kind of took him under his tutelage, and Kadarius is making him happy tonight. Wadley 15, Lanett 13 at halftime. We'll take a 3-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
Life is a tough game, and when it gets tougher, say from auto accidents, falls, or even medical conditions, the Expert Rehabilitation Services can get you back in the game. Nowhere can you find better rehab services than the Rehab Center at TRC, formerly known as the Inn. New name, same great service with intensive physical, occupational, and speech therapy 6 days a week. Our therapists are trained in hip and knee replacement, strokes, amputations, cardiac disease, and many other debilitating diseases. The Rehab Center at Trailers Retirement Community covers East Alabama and West Georgia's premier rehab center. Call 334-863-3500.
Southern Ambulance Transport is always on call and always there when you need them. And we hope you don't need them, but if you do, call 256-357-2222 or 1-800-757-7367. They are your reliable emergency and non-emergency transportation, the highest quality of service. Southern Ambulance Transport is always ready. Call 256-357-2222 or 1-800-757-7367.
Randolph County Concrete would like to thank our police officers, Sheriff's Department, Rescue Squad, and volunteer firemen for their continuous efforts to keep our businesses, families, and communities safe while putting themselves in harm's way every day. Thank you all.
Eye Care of Alabama, efficient and effective eye care close to home, proudly supports Randolph County, Hanley, Woodland, and Wadley high school football teams and academics. Dr. Mohan and the staff at Eye Care of Alabama offer cutting-edge technology, and they strive for excellent outcomes with every patient to get the best vision and medical eye care possible. Protect your eyes and vision with regular eye exams. Care, credit, and most vision and medical insurances accepted. Eye Care of Alabama in Roanoke, Heflin, and Piedmont. Learn more about our services online on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on our website. Call 844-480-2020. Go Teams!
Why choose Southern Union?
Between working and family responsibilities, I thought I'd never be able to go to school. But Southern Union offered flexible schedules for both day and night courses.
At Southern Union, I was able to take classes that gave me hands-on experience to aid in my future career.
I really needed a calculus class, but couldn't fit calculus into my schedule this semester. So I went to Southern Union, and it transferred back to my university.
Keep going at Southern Union. Your journey has just begun. For more information, visit suscc.edu.
Hi, this is Steve Smith, manager at Russell Dewitt Center in Roanoke. On behalf of the Russell Companies and all the employees at Russell Dewitt Center, I'd like to offer a big congratulations to all the area high school football teams on their efforts this season. Russell Dewitt Center is pleased to have been part of the support of area schools and helping to bring you area high school football on Eagle 102.3. We also want to thank you for your business and pledge our continued efforts to provide you with the finest products and service available. Come see us at Russell Dewitt Center, Highway 431, Roanoke.
You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back. We're here in Lanett, Alabama. It's a beautiful night. for high school football, a big Class 1A region matchup. The number 1 team in the state, the Lanett Panthers, going against the Wadley Bulldogs. And right now, we're at halftime, and Wadley has the lead, 15-13. 17 minutes left. Micah, how in the world do we get to 15-13 and a half?
Well, you open up with a squib kick that just got muffed and mishandled by both teams, and it ended up getting picked up, scooped by the Lanett Panthers, and they score a touchdown. Shouldn't have been a touchdown, but there it is. You're 6-0. Later on, the Lanett Panthers get the ball back. The Wadley Bulldogs then take them 3 and out. Well, there's a roughing the kicker penalty on that punt. 15 yards, first down. Oh, 3 and out again. Well, again, Kyle, another roughing the kicker penalty. 15 yards, automatic first down. Now we're at around the 45, 50-yard line, and then there's a illegal substitution called on the Wadley Bulldogs. Give them another 5 yards, and then with that much time and with all that all those plays being played, the defense for the Bulldogs got tired, and the Panthers made a play. Quarterback runs up the middle, almost untouched, scores a touchdown. They're up 13-0. Two touchdowns that should not have happened. But then your Wadley Bulldogs answer with just tremendous running by Trevor Cameron, Caden Messer, Tommy Overton. They run and get into the end zone, get a touchdown there, and then for the second touchdown, you see for the first touchdown, they actually threw a bootleg pass over to the left side, got a touchdown there. But then over here on the second touchdown, it was running, and then you end up with another touchdown. Now you're up 15-13 at the half. Just really good ball being played by these Wadley Bulldogs. They've shown that they are the better team tonight. They are physical on the front, both on defense and on offense. They're able to control that line of scrimmage because of that. They're able to run the ball all over this Panther defense, and they've even shown that they can pass the ball twice. They threw a touchdown pass over here. It was a bootleg on our east end zone over to our right. They threw a touchdown pass that was more like a tight end fade. I mean, wide
kind
open.
Of bootleg pass we saw last week.
Right, wide open. But then over here, my goodness gracious, they're running. They're trying to get the run open, but it wasn't there. And we see a pure play by a quarterback where he stands in the pocket with rushers coming in, throws it up to the outside shoulder of his receiver, and it just drops in his arms. Perfect coverage by the Panther defense, but a better thrown ball by the Wadley quarterback. And what they always say is you can play defense, but you can't defend a perfect pass, and that's exactly what we saw, a perfect pass.
I mean, it's literally perfect coverage, and this video will go up next week. It'll be on our YouTube channel, WLR YouTube channel, and I'm going to go in, I'm going to clip that because that was a dime.
That was beautiful, yeah.
It was a go route on the far side of the field, man-to-man coverage. The cornerback is literally right in front of Jonathan Poole, and the ball goes over the cornerback and into the breadbasket of Jonathan Poole in the end zone for a touchdown.
There are college quarterbacks that can't make that throw. I won't name any names, but there are college quarterbacks that cannot make that throw. That was a beautiful pass by Dalton for the touchdown.
That was a Tua Tagovailoa type pass on that play. And Wadley up 15-13 here at halftime. Bulldogs doing great. We're going to take a 2-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
Life is a tough game, and when it gets tougher, say from auto accidents, falls, or even medical conditions, the Expert Rehabilitation Services can get you back in the game. Nowhere can you find better rehab services than the Rehab Center at TRC, formerly known as the Inn. New name, same great service with intensive physical, occupational, and speech therapy 6 days a week. Our therapists are trained in hip and knee replacement, strokes, amputations, cardiac disease, and many other debilitating diseases. The Rehab Center at Trailers Retirement Community covers East Alabama and West Georgia's premier rehab center. Call 334-863-3500.
Start your children off with good dental care, and you and they will save money in the long run. That's because small problems can be caught early before they become major problems. Dr. Michael Edwards in Wadley can help put your child on the right dental path and keep them there. Teeth sealants can help prevent decay and the sometimes painful results that can make your child afraid of maintaining good dental health. Dr. Edwards offers expanders and space maintainers to keep teeth perfectly aligned and is licensed for pediatric IV sedation. Call Dr. Edwards for an appointment or consultation at 256-357-2882.
Why choose Southern Union?
Between working and family responsibilities, I thought I'd never be able to go to school. But Southern Union offered flexible schedules for both day and night courses.
At Southern Union, I was able to take classes that gave me hands-on experience to aid in my future career.
I really needed a calculus class, but couldn't fit calculus into my schedule this semester. So I went to Southern Union, and it transferred back to my university.
Keep going at Southern Union. Your journey has just begun. For more information, visit suscc.edu.
Southern Ambulance Transport is always on call and always there when you need them. And we hope you don't need them, but if you do, call 256-357-2222 or 1-800-757-7367. They are your reliable emergency and non-emergency transportation, the highest quality of service. Southern Ambulance Transport is always ready. Call 256-357-2222 or 1-800-757-7367.
You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to Lanett High School. About 10 minutes left until we kick off in the second half. And the Wadley Bulldogs are in the lead 15-13 over the Lanett Panthers. Scores from around the county. Ohatchee is up on Woodland big at halftime. And RCHS up 14-0 on top of Glencoe. Trying to find the Hanley score real quick. Last we saw was 0-0 at halftime.
Yeah, I'd gotten an update from a friend of mine who said that it was 0-0 at that Hanley game last I heard, and that there were 3 turnovers in that game already, and one of them was caused by a referee.
Everybody's always complaining about the referees, and now they're getting in the way of the football plays.
Okay, I just got an update, and then the last update I see is at 14-0 Hanley.
Okay. So Hanley up 14-0 on Hopeville as far as we know. Could be more, could be less. But so good so far for most of the teams in the county. And I'm sure Ranburne's probably up big as well. So now it's time to talk a little college football. What did you think about Alabama, the quarterback competition last week?
I really liked what I saw out of Tua Tagovailoa, the sophomore. He made some really, really good throws, really good decisions, and showed some playmaker in him, some Johnny Manziel. But I watched him, and I saw a quarterback like I've never seen before. And I talked to my dad during the game. I talked to a couple other people, and I hate to say that he is like Vince Young, and because Vince Young is a once-in-a-lifetime player. But then again, this might be Alabama's Vince Young. He makes smart decisions. He can throw the ball downfield. He can run. He's an all-around good football player, but he is a pure quarterback who can run. He is a pure dual-threat quarterback. He's got a threat downfield, and he's got a threat with his legs, and he makes good decisions regardless of what he's going to do. When Tua was in the game, the offense was able to flow. Jalen Hurts, not taking anything away from him, he's a good football player. He's a good athlete, but he's not a quarterback. He is a running back who might be able to throw from time to time, but Tua Tagovailoa is a quarterback who has legs.
Definitely. And Alabama with a big win over Louisville. No problem at all. What about Auburn-Washington?
Auburn-Washington. I said, if you listened last week, I predicted that Washington would win that game, and I ate my words. But I wasn't wrong about Auburn's offensive line, and I wasn't wrong about Auburn's secondary. Still questions there, especially in the offensive line. Jarrett Stidham had to run around and make some plays. I think Auburn is a fantastic team. I expect them to go undefeated now since they didn't lose to Washington. I expect them to go undefeated. Yes, I expect them to beat Georgia. I expect Georgia to lose against South Carolina this Saturday. That's my upset this week, but I expect Auburn to end up going undefeated in Alabama and meet Alabama undefeated Alabama, undefeated Auburn. I think Auburn's that good, but I just think they have some things to work out on their offensive line.
And you talked about that was your one upset, but you may have two.
Yeah, I may have to. My upset alert is Georgia going to South Carolina to play Jake Bentley. Jake Bentley is one of the more underrated quarterbacks in the country. He could be a dark horse Heisman candidate. He's a really good quarterback. He can make deep throws. He makes smart decisions, and he's even got some threat with his legs. And he's got a really good wide receiver core. But the other upset that I'm not quite ready to call, but definitely could be an upset if you wanted to call it, is Clemson going to Kyle Field. It's a night game at Kyle Field with the 12th man, and it's Jimbo Fisher against Dabo Swinney. And we know Jimbo Fisher was the coach at Florida State, but now he's the coach at Texas A&M, and he's got a better team than Florida State was the past couple of years. So look for that to possibly be an upset. I don't think so. I think Clemson will win, but it's got all the makings for a trap game. It's got all the makings for a good upset.
So we'll run down our pick'em list this week. Arizona, Houston.
I like Ed Oliver at Houston. He is just one of those guys. He's one. I love to watch him play. He's a defensive tackle that has a nose for the football, and wherever the football is, he's going to find his way there. Kevin Sumlin did not surprise me in his debut there at Arizona. He lost against the BYU Cougars.
Yep,
I think
that one hurt.
I think it's going to be another loss again to these Houston Cougars. I think he's going to lose to the Houston Cougars this week.
USC Stanford.
I like this game, but an interesting stat in this is that in top 10 matchups, Stanford's 9-1 against USC. So I like history. I like stats. So I'm going to take Stanford with a close win this week.
Yeah, I've got Stanford. I got Houston, Iowa State.
It depends on which Iowa team shows up. If it's the Iowa team that beat Ohio State a few years back, it's Iowa. But honestly, I think this is a really good rivalry. One of the more underrated rivalries in college football. Iowa State's going to give them all they can handle, but third quarter, fourth quarter, Iowa will pull away with this game. I like Iowa.
Georgia, Carolina, you've already mentioned.
Yeah,
upset alert. You got South Carolina. A lot of people are saying Jake Bentley may be better than Jake Fromm.
Yeah, and still, we don't know. I'm still not sold based on how Fromm played last year. He was obviously the better quarterback between him and Eason. He was hot. But just because you're hot one year doesn't mean you're hot the next year. And when Justin Fields is talked about, they throw him up there at Georgia in the same realm as Fromm. And I think Jacob Eason, who left, was a better all-around quarterback than Fromm is. And so I've got questions about Fromm, and they'll be answered against South Carolina this week. But I definitely think Jake Bentley, who had a down year last year, I definitely think he's a better quarterback than Fromm is, just from what I've seen, how they've played. I think that Fromm is more dynamic, but I think that Jake Bentley is a better quarterback overall, and I think that that's going to show, and I think that South Carolina is going to win this game. Close. 10 points, 8 points, somewhere right there. It's not going to be a runaway, but I definitely think, maybe about 10 points. I think South Carolina wins.
Yeah. I've got Georgia in that one because I need some points. Last week didn't go so hot thanks to one Kevin Sumlin. Clemson, A&M, another maybe.
Yeah, maybe, but Clemson has two of what Texas A&M doesn't have one of, and that's two-star quarterbacks.
Retweet.
Kelly Bryant and Trevor Lawrence are both dynamic players. Clemson can recruit receivers like it's going out of style.
Clemson picked a receiver out of the state of Alabama from Central High School.
Yeah,
Central Phoenix
they're
City.
not hurting for receivers. And if you can get them the ball, which they have two quarterbacks who can do that, you're going to win. And they can also run the ball. And Clemson has probably the best defensive front seven in the country. So give me Clemson, but it's going to be closer than what you might think.
Penn State and Pitt. Now, Penn State last week almost lost to Appalachian State on the anniversary of App State beating Michigan.
Yes, but because of that, because
They're on high alert.
Yeah, Penn State won the game, but they got all the benefits of losing the game.
Right.
So you've been practicing, and the coach has been in your ear all week. You've been practicing, and you've not let up. If you're a good football player, you've not let up all week. So you're going to go into this game against Pitt, understanding that this is a huge game. And even James Franklin, who a couple of years ago said that beating Pitt's like beating Akron, he changed his tone this week and said that this is their Super Bowl because this is the next game. They've got the mindset that this is a big game regardless of who they're playing. Give me Penn State, and give me Penn State big.
Kentucky, Florida.
Kentucky has lost to Florida 31 years in a row. Need I say more? Make it 32.
Yep.
Florida wins the game.
Michigan State, Arizona State.
I love this game. I think it's going to be a really good game. This is a late game. I probably won't stay up and watch it, but I'm going to catch it on DVR. I'm going to get it on DVR, watch it the next day, or maybe Monday, and I think it's going to be a really good game. But Michigan State had trouble also last week. They almost lost to the Utah State Aggies.
Yep.
With Michigan State playing a late game, Michigan State playing in Arizona, I feel like that Arizona State could have the win here, but I like Michigan State for the same reasons that I think Penn State will win against Pitt. Michigan State's been on high alert. I think they're the better football team. Give me Mark D'Antonio and the Spartans.
UCLA, Oklahoma. Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
That's all I got to say.
The end.
That's why they're like top of the board for me.
Chip Kelly is making his second. He's coaching his second game as UCLA's head coach.
And they lost last week.
They lost last week. I wasn't impressed with him as a coach when he was at Oregon and he went to the national championship and played against Auburn.
Wasn't impressed with him in the National Football League either.
Yeah, not impressed. But he had players that got him there in 2010. I think I'm not impressed by a one-time thing. No. You didn't coach him. You had the talent.
Right.
And a blind horse can find water every now and then. Mm-hmm. And so he has shown that he is going to have some trouble here at UCLA. Give me Oklahoma big because of Kyler Murray. I don't think Lincoln Riley is a great coach either, but he's got Kyler Murray, who's a great player. So give me Oklahoma
Mississippi
big.
State, Kansas State.
This is going to be a fun game to watch in the Little Apple over there in Manhattan, Kansas. I like Kansas State. I love Coach Snyder. I want so bad for Coach Snyder to win every time I watch the Kansas State team play. But SEC also, Mississippi State is good enough to be a dark horse and win the SEC West. They're not going to lose to Kansas State, who's a bottom tier Big 12 team. So I like Mississippi State.
Nick Fitzgerald,
absolutely. And Nick Fitzgerald wasn't able to play last week, and their backup quarterback was amazing. Wow. I mean, Nick Fitzgerald might need to look over his shoulder after that performance.
He knows. He knows he's back there.
So, and also, aside from the outright quarterback play and that, they're going to have a whole bunch of yards passing, they always have really good running backs. It's never any big names that are, they're going to go to the NFL and they're going to be huge.
Right.
But they're good enough to be able to manage and break for big yards and allow the quarterback to make big plays because we've got a threat on the ground as well in the air.
And how about Michigan losing last week? The best coach in the college football,
Yeah. It hurt me because I picked Michigan to win that game. But at the same time, the best coach in college football lost to
that was a win-win situation.
Brian Kelly. So and when I say best coach, I'm putting air quotes around that. He is not the best coach. Sorry, Skip Bayless.
Right.
He's okay.
Skip Bayless and Colin Cowherd were quoted as saying that Jim Harbaugh was the best head coach in college football, and that one came back to bite him after they lost to Notre Dame and Brian Kelly.
Yeah, I could name coaches who have proven that they're better than Jim Harbaugh.
Dabo
Swinney is a better coach. Nick Saban is a better coach. As much if you like him or if you don't like him.
D'Antoni, Urban Meyer.
Right now, Auburn fans are kind of back and forth. I know some who love Gus Malzahn, some who want to get rid of him. But Gus Malzahn's a better coach than Jim Harbaugh. So you just got to, I wouldn't want to trade Gus Malzahn for Jim Harbaugh. I wouldn't want to trade anybody except for maybe I don't know, Chip Kelly for Jim Harbaugh because I don't think Chip Kelly's as good of a coach as what people claim that he is.
Yeah, Chance over here throwing his fist up in the air. He's like, yeah,
he's
Gus Malzahn.
he's happy that I'm talking about Auburn. I sincerely think that Gus Malzahn is a really good football coach. He just made, he's shown that when we think that he can't shine, he's gonna shine. But it would have helped his case a whole lot more if he would have won the game against UCF last year.
His players just didn't come into that game really
they weren't there mentally, and you've seen that with teams. Alabama in the Sugar Bowl a couple years ago, you see that with teams sometimes. And UCF was just up to the task, but it doesn't negate anything that Gus has done there at Auburn. He's a really good football coach.
So here we go. Start of the second half, the Lanett Panthers kicking it off to the Wadley Bulldogs. They'll be kicking it off from their own 40-yard line. Let's see if they try something cute right here. Nope. They're going to kick it over in. Caden Messer's going to retrieve it at the 25, looking for somewhere to run. He's trying to get to the far sideline. Caden Messer gets to about the 35-yard line. Caden, a really, really shifty guy. And Wadley up 15-13 here at the start of the third quarter.
Yeah, Caden Messer is becoming my favorite player for these Wadley Bulldogs. I love to watch him run. Every time he gets the football, he is like a rocket. He's going to find a hole. He's really small and really shifty. He's going to find a hole. And when he's playing on defense, he's going to be near the ball.
He's a pinball with afterburners.
Yeah, exactly. Love to watch him play.
So Wadley now in that kind of offset I formation, the wingback, Caleb Bennett. Here's the snap. Dalton Brown hands it off up the middle. Tommy Overton hit at the line of scrimmage by Christian Story, and he's taken down at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
So that's 7 guys it took to get him down? I mean, my goodness gracious. Yeah, they stopped him at the line of scrimmage, but he was standing up, and I'm not going down, he says.
So now 2nd and 10 for Wadley. Just started the third quarter here in Lanett, Alabama. Wadley's up 15-13, 11:30 left in the third quarter. So they'll blow the play in. Wadley looking to try to get some more momentum as they ended the half with a lead, and they started this half with the ball. You have the momentum. You've been running the ball good, and your defense has been playing great.
Absolutely, and with your defense playing as good as they are, and with your offense playing as good as they are, you're able to be methodical. You don't have to worry about the clock. You can run and be slow and burn time.
Oh, man. Dalton Brown gets the whole defense to jump offside.
Beautiful.
There. Sorry for cutting you off.
Oh, no, that was beautiful.
So, Wadley, they have some kind of knack where they get within 5 seconds on the play clock before they ever try to snap the ball. Dalton got it down to 2 seconds on the play clock and called hut. So everybody's like, oh, there's 2 seconds on the play clock. He's snapping it. Nope. Gets 5 yards for free on an offsides penalty.
A nice hard count there.
And we're all thinking the same thing. We're like, hey, snap the ball, snap the ball.
Snap the ball. But, hey, you get 5 free yards because Lanett was thinking the same thing.
It's good IQ. 7 seconds on the play clock now. Dalton under center takes a snap, and he'll hand it off up the middle for no gain, really. 3rd and 5. Gone up the middle twice with the fullback and hasn't worked yet. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And quite honestly, Kyle, these runs should have worked. There's only been 2 or 3 guys there in the center of that Wadley offense. Everybody else is starting to kind of spread wide for this Lanett defense, and I'm not really sure as to why that's taking place when they were all kind of converging there in the middle of that Wadley offensive line. But now they look like they're being kind of lackadaisical. I'm not really sure what's going on with this Panther defense.
So now while they're lining up in an offset I, once again, 3rd and 5. Dalton under center takes the snap, hands it off over the left side. Trevor Cameron grabbed from behind, and he's taken down for a loss of 1 on the play at the 45-yard line. It's 4th down. There's a flag on the play. Probably, I don't know who it's on. They're saying it's on the offense. Lanett is.
Well, watch me eat my words as I say they look lackadaisical, and then on fire this defense responds and tackles the man in the backfield. Let's see what this penalty is for.
That's worse-than-like conduct on the offense. That's probably on Trevor Cameron, I would imagine.
Well, if I got slammed down too, I wouldn't be too happy about it either.
Right.
But you have to keep a cool head. You can't come up and spout anything back or make any unnecessary contact. You're giving the Panthers yards. Yep. And you don't need to do that.
So now Wadley back to punt. This is Elijah Beverly's 2nd punt of the night. 9:26 left in the third quarter. And Wadley's up 15-13. Wadley running Aaron Reeves off the field late. But Beverly back deep to punt, back deep to receive for Lanett is number 12 sitting on his 40-yard line. And Wadley punts it, gets a beautiful Wadley roll, and it'll roll dead at the 36-yard line. Good punt from Elijah Beverly, the center. The jack of many trades.
Yeah, that's a great way to flip field position there. The last punt took a Lanett bounce. This one took a good Wadley bounce, and so you're going to start with pretty good field position for the Panthers, but good enough also for the Wadley defense to be able to stop them probably before they even make it past the 50 if they play their cards right.
So now Wadley on defense. 1st and 10 for Christian Story and the Lanett Panthers. They're in the shotgun, 2 receivers to either side. 1st and 10 from their own 36. Story snaps it. Handoff up the middle. This is stopped for a gain of 1 or 2. That was Elijah Beverly once again on the stop. Elijah's been everywhere.
Yeah, he is showing out tonight, and this offensive line is just missing block after block. This guard over here was supposed to take some steps backwards with his footwork and
supposed to
block,
pull.
but did not. Just stayed where he was and allowed for his man to get back behind him.
Shotgun set for Story. 2 receivers to either side. Snap. Dropping back to pass. Christian Story looking over the middle. Throws it over the top. He's got a man wide open, and he's got it inside the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. He's taken down by Chris Hodges at the 15-yard line. That's a first down.
Beautiful pass there. One of those that is really tough to defend. A crossing route there in stride made for a beautiful, beautiful game.
Just pitch that one right over the middle to a wide open receiver for a first down. So now 1st and 10 from the 15 for the Lanett Panthers. They'll line up in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Bring a man in motion. This is a speed sweep over the right side all the way. And there's a hold going on as the Wadley coaches are yelling. Fumble on the play. They say he's down. And Coach Beverly is who's yelling up on the box up above us.
Yeah, that was a very egregious hold. When you get outside of you, especially at an arm's length away, and you're still holding jersey, that's definitely a hold. And obviously, I guess
there's a flag laying at about the 14, I think.
Okay, well maybe they saw the hold then because it was very egregious.
Head referee's talking it over. It's kind of hard to tell, but I see a little yellow handkerchief at about the 14-yard line, right on the right hash. And they'll call a penalty on the offense. Yep, there were 2 penalties on the offense, actually. And they declined the first one for an illegal shift. They will accept the one for the holding.
Decline the 5, accept the 10.
Or the 15, accept the 15.
A 15?
Yeah.
A hold's a 15-yard penalty.
It was against Wadley.
Yeah. Well, this looks like it's going to be a 10-yard penalty on them. I think earlier they, for whatever reason, it was a personal foul they called instead of a hold.
Shotgun set for Lanett. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Christian Story, the quarterback. Story takes a snap. He'll hand this one off up the middle, looking for running room. And Chris Hodges with a pretty good tackle.
Quick way to get those yards back.
Yep. Get 10 yards back on that play, make it 2nd and 10 now. That's their best run of the night. Which, as we mentioned, is hard to run against this Wadley defense. Shotgun set now for Story and the Panthers. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. He's got his running back off of his left hip. That's number 2, Zion Lynch. Story takes a snap, looking over the left side. He's having to run over the right side. Tries to jump over Kadarius Zachary. And he goes down after a gain of 2 or 3 on the play. Christian's an athlete. He was trying to make something happen there, tried to jump over Kadarius, but Kadarius took his legs out from under him. Good news is Christian Story's okay. That's the best news of it all. But also just a short game. Because that is a really dangerous play, trying to jump over someone.
Yeah, you've now exposed your ankles. You could land on your knee. You could hurt your neck. There's a whole lot that could go wrong on that.
3rd and 8 now, shotgun for Story. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Story snaps it. Looking over his right side. Slant pattern. Incomplete to Traquez Bridges. He had him wide open, and he threw it a little bit in front of him, trying to lead him. Bridges dove for it, and it fell incomplete. So now it's 4th down. Coach Cofield wants a timeout. 6:37 left in the third quarter. Wadley 15, Lanett 13. We'll take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
Life is a tough game, and when it gets tougher, say from auto accidents, falls, or even medical conditions, the Expert Rehabilitation Services can get you back in the game. Nowhere can you find better rehab services than the Rehab Center at TRC, formerly known as the Inn. New name, same great service with intensive physical, occupational, and speech therapy 6 days a week. Our therapists are trained in hip and knee replacement, strokes, amputations, cardiac disease, and many other debilitating diseases. The Rehab Center at Trailers Retirement Community covers East Alabama and West Georgia's premier rehab center. Call 334-863-3500.
Eye Care of Alabama, efficient and effective eye care close to home, proudly supports Randolph County, Hanley, Woodland, and Wadley high school football teams and academics. Dr. Mohan and the staff at Eye Care of Alabama offer cutting-edge technology, and they strive for excellent outcomes with every patient to get the best vision and medical eye care possible. Protect your eyes and vision with regular eye exams. Care, credit, and most vision and medical insurances accepted. Eye Care of Alabama in Roanoke, Heflin, and Piedmont. Learn more about our services online on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on our website. Call 844-480-2020. Go Teams!
You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
4th and 8 for Christian Story. Dropping back to pass, looking over the right side. He's going to have to run it. He's got plenty of room to run. He's got a first down. He goes for the end zone and touchdown. They say it's a touchdown as he dives for the end zone and gets in. That's Christian Story with his second rushing touchdown of the game.
That was beautiful coverage downfield on that pass play, but they left a lane wide open to the left of Story, and he made use of it, got to the goal line there. It's tough to defend when a quarterback decides to take it down and run.
You got to look for a spy kind of on that play because you know he's got the ability to run the football. So now Lanett lining up for a PAT. They missed one and made one.
The scoreboard has Lanett 99.
Scoreboard has Lanett 99-15, but that is not correct. It's 19-15, and they changed it. So now here comes the extra point from Lanett. There's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good.
Right down the middle, beautiful kick.
Lanett 20, Wadley 15, 6:28 left in the third quarter. We'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
Transport is always on call and always there when you need them. And we hope you don't need them, but if you do, call 256-357-2222 or 1-800-757-7367. They are your reliable emergency and non-emergency transportation, the highest quality of service. Southern Ambulance Transport is always ready. Call 256-357-2222 or 1-800-757-7367.
You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
So the Lanett Panthers take the lead back with 6:28 left in the third quarter. After a good drive down the field, and they score on 4th and 8 with a quarterback run over the left side. It was a pass play, but quarterback's got wheels, and he's got good IQ. He's going to run it.
Yeah, he saw that there was a lane open there, and he brought it down and tucked it and ran. Did not hesitate, ran straight for the goal line, and he got there.
So now Lanett getting ready to kick off from their own 40-yard line. Back deep to receive, Trevor Cameron once again. Here's the kick, end over end to Cade Messer again. He'll actually let Trevor Cameron get it. Cameron looking for running room going up the middle, and he'll run into a bunch of Lanett players at about the 38-yard line. So Wadley behind by 5. Third quarter, 6:24 left. Stick to what you know?
Stick to what you know. I really like, though, the I formation they've been running tonight. They've found success there.
Power I with two fullbacks.
Exactly. I love it. How they've been running that night. The wing tee works for them too, but I love that formation with that power I with a two fullback. I just here, just keep on doing what you know how to do. Don't get too fancy. What you've done has worked. Just do what you know.
Back with the power I. This time, the guy dotting the I in the backfield is Cade Messer. And they'll hand it off up the middle to Tommy Overton. Overton has nowhere to go. He's hit at the line of scrimmage for either no gain or a loss of 1. So now it's 2nd and 10 for Wadley from their own 38-yard line. Panthers defense playing tough against the run up the middle here in the second half so far.
Yeah, they are definitely playing all out for that run up the middle. It makes me anticipate, like we've said all night, that outside run. And hopefully, after probably what we'll see here is another inside run. And then on 3rd down and probably about 8, we'll see an outside kick out is what I would anticipate. Just what we've seen tonight.
Here's the timeout on the field. We'll take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on WELR Eagle 102.3.
Hi, this is Steve Smith, manager at Russell Dewitt Center in Roanoke. On behalf of the Russell Companies and all the employees at Russell Dewitt Center, I'd like to offer a big congratulations to all the area high school football teams on their efforts this season. Russell Dewitt Center is pleased to have been part of the support of area schools and helping to bring you area high school football on Eagle 102.3. We also want to thank you for your business and pledge our continued efforts to provide you with the finest products and service available. Come see us at Russell Dewitt Center, Highway 431, Roanoke.
Some of us were just born with dull or discolored teeth, but they don't have to stay that way. In just about an hour, Dr. Michael Edwards can give you that $1 million bright white smile you've always wanted. That's all the time it takes in his office, or you may elect to do it at home. Dr. Edwards also offers a convenient 3-week at-home whitening program. Both are completely safe and approved by the American Dental Association and the FDA. Don't let dull or discolored teeth keep you from smiling. Call Dr. Michael Edwards in Wedowee for an appointment or consultation at 256-357-2882.
You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
On 2nd and 10, Dalton Brown with a play-action pass. He was looking for Sebastian Owens, and he had him, and it went off his fingertips. So now it's 3rd and 10. He had him in the flats there. It's fullback open, and it hit him in the fingertips and bounced off for an incomplete pass. Got to have those.
Yeah, when it hits your hands, you have to make the catch. But also, as the quarterback, you've got to put it in his breadbasket. You can't lead him too much. Should have been a better throw, but also should have been a catch. It's a whole lot of should-have-beens on that play.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but you didn't. Wadley lining up. Power I once again. Handoff up the middle. Didn't work. Now it's 4th and about 12 now.
Scratchy head on that play. I'm not really sure what Coach Farr and the offensive coaches were thinking to do a dive play on 3rd and 10. Stretch play, sure. Sweep play, absolutely. Get to the edge. Maybe even go back to a pass on 3rd and 10, but a dive on 3rd and 10 when you saw it, they didn't work this drive. I'm scratching my head there, Kyle.
So Elijah Beverly back deep to punt. He's standing at his own 21-yard line. Back deep to receive is number 12 for Lanett. He's at the Lanett 31. And here's the punt from Elijah. This one a beautiful punt. It'll land and die at about the 39-yard line. That's where Lanett will take over. Hurston was the one to receive that punt on that play. So now 1st and 10 for the Panthers of Lanett. They are ahead 20-15 with 4:52 left in the 3rd quarter. And they are on their own 38-yard line. Fresh off of a 4th down touchdown run that put them in the lead on the last drive.
Yeah, the momentum is in their favor. They've stopped this Wadley offense, and they're fresh off of a score, a long run by their quarterback. They're hungry. They're wanting another touchdown. You can smell it.
Shotgun set. Story's going to run it over the right side himself, and he's looking for the edge. There's a flag on the play.
I think that's going to be a hold there, Kyle, but let's wait and see what he says. It's in the vicinity for a hold, but
once again, Story gets out on the edge, but the thing is, the guy he has blocking on the edge is holding just about every time.
Yeah, and when he did, and it is going to be a hold. And when he made it to the edge, the guy didn't even have to keep on blocking. The flag was called after he had already made his way past that defender. But the guy kept blocking way too long and held, and so this is going to work out for the Wadley Bulldogs.
That'll back them up. Back them up about 10 or 15. Backs them up 10 yards, yeah. So now it'll be 1st and 20 for Lanett. Shotgun set, 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Running back off of the right hip of Christian Story, that's Zion Lynch. And Story throwing a screen pass over the left side, and it looked like it was incomplete. Yeah, the head referee says it was incomplete. The side judge said it was complete, but he didn't have a good view on it. But the head referee said that's incomplete.
Yeah, if it were complete, they'd have lost a couple of yards there. But Wadley was in man coverage on that play, and so that wide receiver screen was going nowhere from the start.
So now 2nd and 20. Traquez Bridges subs back in for the Panthers of Lanett, and Wadley's got Kadarius Zachary on him still. Shotgun set, 2 receivers to either side for Christian Story. Now he has trips on this side, which means he has 3 people. And he runs a speed sweep over the right side. Boom! Big hit. 37, Sebastian Owens lays the wood to number 12, Hurston.
The first time we call Sebastian Owens' name tonight, it's on a big lick and a beautiful tackle by Sebastian Owens. Called his name out a lot last week. First time we get to call his name this week, and on a beautiful play.
Sebastian was on the near side defensive end, and he was being blocked, but Sebastian's so strong that he threw the guy off of him that was blocking him and just plowed into the running back on that play.
As the old school guys would say, he laid the lumber to him.
3rd and 10 now. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Christian Story takes a snap, dropping back to pass. He's looking over his right side on the curl route. Is tipped at the line of scrimmage by Elijah Beverly. Incomplete pass.
Elijah Beverly everywhere tonight. Beautiful. Get his hand in the way of that pass. Incomplete. 4th down and long for these Panthers. They're going to have to punt this ball.
Elijah has been great tonight.
Absolutely. Like we said, called Sebastian Owens' name a lot last week. This week it's Elijah Beverly. They're rotating. I'll be a star this week.
So now Bridges back deep to punt on 4th and 18. Please don't hit the punter.
I was thinking the same thing, Kyle. Do not touch the punter. Don't even try to block this one. Just let it go.
Trevor Cameron back deep to receive the punt. And this one, end over end punt. It'll bounce in front of Trevor. Trevor's just going to let it go. That's a little bit dangerous for him to try to take that one when the whole Lanett defense was in his face. So Wadley takes over at their own 27. We'll take a 30-second break. Listen to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
Hi, this is Steve Smith, manager at Russell Dewitt Center in Roanoke. On behalf of the Russell companies and all the employees at Russell Dewitt Center, I'd like to offer a big congratulations to all the area high school football teams on their efforts this season. Russell Dewitt Center is pleased to have been part of the support of area schools and helping to bring you area high school football on Eagle 102.3. We also want to thank you for your business and pledge our continued efforts to provide you with the finest products and service available. Come see us at Russell Dewitt Center, Highway 431, Roanoke.
You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. They're in the power I formation. They're down 20-15. Dalton takes a snap. He'll hand it off over the left side to Trevor Cameron. Cameron looking for running room, and Trevor's not having much running room. This one was a stretch play, but this one was stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, and he's limping now, Kyle.
Yeah, Trevor coming up with a limp after that play, so Caden Messer is going to have to sub in for Trevor.
Yeah, that was a stretch play to the near side. When you run a stretch to the near side, you have to block hard to the wide side. You've got to block in very, very hard to make sure that you open that sideline, and that did not happen that play. I like the play call, but not very good execution there.
Trevor got to the sidelines, and he fell down and was drug off the side by Terrell and Coach Cofield. They're stretching him out. Power I set. Caden Messer in the backfield now. Dalton flips the play at the line. And Dalton tries to get him to jump off sides. He takes a snap, and there's the flag. The flag, it's either offsides or false start. Lannett's pointing at false start. It looked like offsides from here. The defensive tackle jumped off. Coach Story's pointing at Wadley. Offsides on the defense. It's a 5-yard penalty. I think it's 2nd and 5 now. Dalton with another hard count, and the defensive tackle got into the neutral zone, and that's what made Wadley's right guard jump, which is kind of why Lanett was pointing at them, because the right guard jumped, but he did that because they crossed the neutral zone.
Right. That the offensive line or anybody on the offense cannot move, but if you as a defensive player jump into that neutral zone, that no man's land, if you will.
He can protect himself.
He can protect himself, and so he flinched too, but it was because that defensive lineman jumped into the neutral zone. Good call by the referees there.
2nd and 5 now for the Bulldogs. There's 2:15 left in the third quarter. We got a tight one here, as we thought it would be. Lanett 20, Wadley 15. Power I set. Caden Messer dots the I in the backfield. 2 seconds, 1 second, timeout. Coach Farr. Dalton took a little bit too much time on that one. Timeout, Coach Farr. We're going to take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
Effective Eye Care, close to home, proudly supports Randolph County, Hanley, Woodland, and Wadley High School football teams and academics. Dr. Mohan and the staff at Eye Care of Alabama offer cutting-edge technology, and they strive for excellent outcomes with every patient to get the best vision and medical eye care possible. Protect your eyes and vision with regular eye exams. Care, credit, and most vision and medical insurances accepted. Eye Care of Alabama in Roanoke, Heflin, and Piedmont. Learn more about our services online on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on our website. Call 844-480-2020. Go Teams.
Here at Bain Heating and Air Conditioning, we're proud to offer service you can trust, along with Lennox products that can keep you comfortable and save you money. This fall, Bain Heating and Air Conditioning is offering up to $1,600 in rebates on a brand new Lennox system. So call us today at 1-800-894-3353 or visit us online at nheatingandac.com. Proudly offering Lennox products. Just another way we make you feel better. AL number 12072. You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back. Score update for the Hanley Tigers. Hanley 23, Holtville 0 in the third quarter. So Hanley up 23-0 in the third quarter. Wadley lining up 2nd and 5 now. They're in the wing T set now. 2 wing backs, Caleb Bennett and Cade Messer. And they'll hand it off to Cade over the right side. Caden looking for the edge. He's got the edge. He has a first down. Caden tackled around the hat. And he'll get a first down. He gets a gain of 15 on that play. Coach Beverly is livid because he got grabbed around the helmet.
Yeah, I was looking at that, and the more that I replay that in my head, he was grabbed around that neck, shoulder pad area, but it's not.
It wasn't a
horse collar. It wasn't a face mask.
No.
It was a clean tackle.
Right.
Looking at it initially, yeah, you want to call horse collar, but you go back over it, clean tackle.
He didn't grab him by the back of the neck. He didn't grab his face mask. He just kind of wrapped around him.
Right. It was a solid tackle by the net defender.
1st and 10 Wadley from the 45. 1:51 left in the third quarter. Lanett 20, Wadley 15. They'll bring the man in motion. That's Caden Messer. Triple option play. Dalton keeps it. Dalton pitches it, and that's a gain of about 7 or 8, but there's a flag in the backfield.
Like we've talked about so far tonight, Kyle, that's in that holding zone. Let's see what they call. Yeah, it is a holding call against Wadley.
Yep. Holding on the offense, that'll back them up. Instead of getting the 7 or 8 they got on that play, that'll back them up. So now it's going to be 1st and long. 1st and 20. Actually, it's from the spot of the foul. So it's 1st and 15. So 1st and 15 for the Dogs. They're lined up on their own 40-yard line. 1:44 left in the third quarter. This has been a back-and-forth ball game between two really good football teams. And Wadley trying to come out on top. Dalton in the wing T formation. One thing I want to note, there's man-to-man coverage out here with Jonathan Poole if he wants it.
Yep, that's right.
Here's a snap, and Dalton's rolling out. He's looking for it. Now he's got to run back to his right. He's got plenty of room.
It's wide open.
Dalton cuts back. Oh, he gets tripped up at the 50. Goes down at about the 48. And Dalton kind of punches the ground because he knew he had it. If he would have cut back and been able to get around number 2 on that play, he would have been gone.
Many a touchdown had been stopped by a shoestring tackle, and that's exactly what that was. The Lanett defender just made a shoestring tackle and saved what would have been a touchdown.
So that was a pass play designed to go to the near side of the field. but nobody was open. So Dalton turned around and went to the right side, and there was no one there.
Quick thinking, and it worked out for the Bulldogs.
Wing T set. He'll bring a man in motion. Triple option. Lanett almost takes the handoff in the backfield. So now it's 3rd and about 7.
If we're likening this game unto a championship boxing match, the Lanett Panthers are winning this round with bigger body blows than what the Wadley Bulldogs are throwing. They've not been able to land many body blows this round, but the Lanett Panthers have been able to find holes and land their body blows, and it's starting to hurt this Wadley offense.
That's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. Wadley's not going to snap it again. Dalton's on the sideline, kind of hunched over. He took a shot on that last play. That's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. Your score, Lanett 20, Wadley 15. We'll be back with this exciting finish after a 1-minute break.
Here at Bain Heating and Air Conditioning, we're proud to offer service you can trust, along with Lennox products that can keep you comfortable and save you money. This fall, Bain Heating and Air Conditioning is offering up to $1,600 in rebates on a brand new Lennox system. So call us today at 1-800-894-3353 or visit us online at nheatingandac.com. Proudly offering Lennox products. Just another way we make you feel better. AL number 12072.
Valley Bowl is the place for you and your family to go and have some serious family bonding and serious fun. I love Valley Bowl. My family and I really enjoy the bowling, video games, and the food is priced right and delicious. Valley Bowl hamburgers are outstanding, and their snack bar is so good, just drop in for lunch. Hey, Valley Bowl has moonlight bowling Friday and Saturday night, so grab the family and join the fun at Valley Bowl, 20th Avenue in Valley, Alabama. It's Valley Bowl.
You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome to the 4th quarter. This game is 20-15, Lanett on top. Wadley's facing 3rd and 5 from the 50-yard line. Wing T formation, a single receiver to the near side. He brings a man in motion. That's Trevor Cameron. Here's a handoff over the left end. Trevor looking for blocking. He's not going to get any, and Trevor's tackled at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
There might have been a hole there, but he was met by 2 Panther players and tried to make something out of nothing. Got caught with the shiftiness back there and got no gain. So it's going to be a 4th down here for these Bulldogs.
So now Wadley lining up to punt. Wadley lining up to punt now, 4th and 5. Back deep to receive for the Panthers of Lanett. That's Houston. Elijah Beverly back to punt it for the Dogs. No one coming from Lanett, and a good punt from Elijah Beverly that'll bounce inside the 20 and roll dead at the 16. We talk about coffin corner punts. We were talking about J.K. Scott on the way down here with all the coffin corner punts.
Right.
There's one right there from Elijah Beverly. He was also the center and the defensive tackle.
And the guy who's been making a whole bunch of plays on defense tonight.
Right.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play. Beautiful punt. Got it in there inside the 20. The field position is key here, especially late in this game, because if you make these Panthers go 3 and out, when they punt it, you've automatically got good field position. If you call a fair catch, if it doesn't roll, you've got great field position. So hopefully these Wadley Bulldogs can make something here and cause this Panther offense to go 3 and out.
Lanett in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Story under center. Story snaps it, hands it off up the middle, and this one's met at the line of scrimmage. And dropped for a gain of about 1 or 2. Lanett kind of running it a little bit now, trying to run that clock. I don't blame him. This has been one of those knockdown, drag-out type football games. It's been a good one so far. And we've still got 10 minutes and 40 seconds left to see how it all ends up. Shotgun set, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side for Story. 2nd and 9, handoff over the left side, looking for running room. And there's a good tackle from the Wadley defense. The ball's on the ground. Wadley says they have it. Chaz Harmon is going nuts. Let's see. Tommy Overton has the ball. Wadley football. Wadley picks up a fumble at the 20-yard line. Chaz Harmon causing the fumble. Chaz Harmon and Chris Hodges causing the fumble on the play, and the Dogs have it at the Panther 20.
That's a crucial play at a crucial point in this game. You now have the ball in the red zone to start off. You have to score here. You have to make use out of this great field position and this great turn of events. You can't waste it here.
Have to take advantage. Dogs on the 20. They were missing a player. That's Sebastian Owens. They'll bring him in. Power I set. 10 seconds on the play clock. Sebastian will line up to the right side of Tommy Overton as a fullback. There's the snap. Handoff up the middle to Trevor Cameron. Cameron is kind of pinballing his way to about the 17-yard line. Give him a gain of 3 on the play. So give him a gain of about 3 on the play. Make it 2nd and 7 now. 2nd and 8. They gave him 2. 10 minutes left in the ball game. Lanett 20, Wadley 15. This is the number 1 team in Class 1A, the Lanett Panthers, the team that won state in football and basketball last year.
6 seconds on the play clock.
6 seconds on the play clock. Dalton trying to get set. 3. He snaps it at 3. Fakes the handoff, rolling out to his right side, throws it, and it's caught. Sebastian Owens with a catch, and he is down to the 6-yard line. That's a first down for the Bulldogs. Dalton Brown, his passing has come in handy.
My goodness, my heart was beating there. I did not think that Dalton Brown was going to get that ball off in time, but he did. And
beautiful
my goodness,
catch.
what a beautiful catch, beautiful pass. And we've got 1st and goal here. These Bulldogs are sniffing the end zone. Hopefully they can make the most out of this opportunity and get there.
1st and goal from about the 7-yard line for the Bulldogs. It's 20-15 Lanett with 9 minutes, 30 seconds left. Power I set. Trevor Cameron, the deep back. 5 seconds on the play clock. Dalton getting everybody set. Takes a snap. Handoff over the left side to Trevor Cameron. Trevor is taken down around the 5 or 6 yard line. It's not much doing. Now it's 2nd and goal. Dalton has 2 touchdown passes already tonight. Can he make it 3, or will Wadley run it in?
Yeah, can he go for the hat trick, as they would call it in soccer? Hopefully, I'd like to see it. That'd be something that we didn't see last week. Was a whole lot of pass plays, a whole lot of passing touchdowns. Wadley isn't really known for passing touchdowns, known for running the ball. That's where they've made their money tonight, but they haven't been able to get there into the end zone running.
Here's the snap, toss over the left side to Trevor Cameron. Cameron looking for running room, and he's taken down for a loss on 2nd down. That was a slow developing play. Just nothing happening on that play.
Yeah, those pitches got to be quick, got to develop very fast. Otherwise, they're going to get eat up just like what happened right then.
So now you're looking at passing down.
Most
possibly.
definitely.
You got 2 chances to get it in.
Well, they're in the exact same field position almost where they got their first touchdown, where they did that bootleg to the short side of the field and got a touchdown over there. Maybe you see that again. I don't know, but it's definitely, in my opinion, definitely a passing down here.
Right. You got 2 downs to get it in because we know they're not kicking a field goal. They're down by 5. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Dalton Brown under center in the power I set. Trevor Cameron dots the eye in the backfield. 5 on the play clock. Dalton snaps it. He's going to roll out to his left, looking to throw. Throws it over the middle. It is intercepted. There he goes down the opposite sideline, and they say he stepped out of bounds. It was intercepted and stepped. That was Christian Story, the quarterback, on the interception, and he steps out of bounds at about the 20-yard line.
Very, very fortunate for these Bulldogs that he stepped out of bounds because there was nobody there except for the sideline to make the tackle, and the sideline is what ended up being his demise as he stepped out.
Yeah. Dalton had his man there, but he had one big problem, and that was a man in his face.
But it's hard to see your man wide open when you've got somebody right in your direct line of sight.
He threw it up, trying to make something happen there. It was intercepted. Luckily, they pushed him out of bounds. Shotgun set for the Panthers of Lanett. 7:31 left. 20-15 for Lanett. Bring him in motion to the left side. 3 receivers to the near side. Here's a snap. Story. Handoff over the left, and he's going nowhere. He maybe lost a yard. Wadley defensive line stiff against the run once again.
Very aggressive defensive play, and you've still got 7 minutes left in this game. This isn't running out the clock scenario. These Panthers need to try to get first downs, need to try to score again, but you're not getting first downs running like that with those slow developing plays.
So now it's 2nd and 11 for the Lanett Panthers. They're in the shotgun. 2 receivers to our near side, 1 to the far side. Christian Story, his running back, will flip and be off of his left hip now. 10 seconds on the play clock. Story snaps it, handoff up the middle, and the running back will fall forward and get to about the 14-yard line. So now it's going to be 3rd and 9 for Lanett. So what are you thinking? 3rd and 9 for Lanett. What are you thinking here? Are you going to hand it off, try to run that clock a little bit more, or are you going to try to throw and get a first down?
Well, you've shown here in this 3rd and 4th quarter that your defense can hold the Wadley Bulldogs. So if I'm Lanett, I'm just going to run it these next 2 plays and punt it. I'm not going to try to get an interception here and get it taken back to the house. What almost happened to Wadley.
Shotgun set. Story dropping back to pass. Now he's looking for running room, and he is up to, it looks like a first down. Christian Story gets a first down to the 34-yard line with 5:58 left in the game. Just had to stop him there.
Yeah, you needed a stop right there if you're Wadley, and sadly there wasn't a stop, but still got enough time to make some stops here and get the ball back, but you had to call a timeout, and now you're 1 down from what you could have had. Not to mention, you've lost kind of the flow of the game.
And there's a heat timeout, so we'll take a 30-second break and listen to Area High School football on WELR Eagle 102.3.
Start your children off with good dental care, and you and they will save money in the long run. That's because small problems can be caught early before they become major problems. Dr. Michael Edwards in Wedowee can help put your child on the right dental path and keep them there. Teeth sealants can help prevent decay and the sometimes painful results that can make your child afraid of maintaining good dental health. Dr. Edwards offers expanders and space maintainers to keep teeth perfectly aligned and is licensed for pediatric IV sedation. Call Dr. Edwards for an appointment or consultation at 256-357-2882.
You're listening to Alabama Area High School football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back. 5 minutes, 58 seconds left in this game. Lanett 20, Wadley 15. The Panthers of Lanett have the football. They are on their own 33-yard line. 1st and 10 after a run from Christian Story on 3rd and 9 for a first down. Story is in the shotgun. He has 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Wadley playing really soft coverage. Christian Story dropping back to pass. He's trying to get away this time, and he won't do it. He's sacked at the 25-yard line. That's Chaz, Harmon, and Elijah Beverly.
They didn't let him get out of the pocket that time. Beautiful sack by the Wadley Bulldogs. And if you're Wadley right now, you really need to keep the Panthers from getting a first down. You've only got 1 timeout left. You can't let them get another first down. If you do that, it's going to be difficult to get the ball back and score. But right now, if you contain them on these next couple of plays, you're able to use that timeout on offense rather than on defense.
So now it's 2nd and 15 after the sack. 5 minutes left in the game. Shotgun set for Lanett. Story, the quarterback, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Story snaps it, looking over his left side, and he's throwing it long, and it is caught! It got over Kadarius Zachary. There goes number 7. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. Kadarius went for the interception again, and he missed the ball.
Yeah, that is the game, the dangerous game that you play when you try to go up for an interception. You could miss it. You play aggressive, it's a high risk, high reward, and that time we saw the high risk of it as it was completed for a touchdown.
And Kadarius was there in coverage, and he threw his hand up. He was trying to knock it away, but it got over him and ended up being a touchdown. So now it's 26-15 Panthers with 4:50 left in the game. Christian Story walking with a little bit of swagger to hold this PAT now at the 10-yard line. Here comes the PAT from Lanett. There's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. 27-15 with 4:50 left in the game. We'll take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
Life is a tough game, and when it gets tougher, say from auto accidents, falls, or even medical conditions, the Expert Rehabilitation Services can get you back in the game. Nowhere can you find better rehab services than the Rehab Center at TRC, formerly known as the Inn. New name, same great service with intensive physical, occupational, and speech therapy 6 days a week. Our therapists are trained in hip and knee replacement, strokes, amputations, cardiac disease, and many other debilitating diseases. The Rehab Center at Trailers Retirement Community covers East Alabama and West Georgia's premier rehab center. Call 334-863-3500.
Why choose Southern Union?
Between working and family responsibilities, I thought I'd never be able to go to school. But Southern Union offered flexible schedules for both day and night courses.
At Southern Union, I was able to take classes that gave me hands-on experience to aid in my future career.
I really needed a calculus class, but couldn't fit calculus into my schedule this semester. So I went to Southern Union and it transferred back to my university.
Keep going at Southern Union. Your journey has just begun. For more information, visit suscc.edu.
You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
Here's the kickoff from Lanett, and it bounces, and it's caught at the 39-yard line by Elijah Beverly.
That was almost not very good for the Wadley Bulldogs. There was some miscommunication as to who was going to catch that ball, and luckily when it bounced, Elijah Beverly fell on it.
Coach Story is yelling at his kicker. He's not happy about that one.
Yeah, you gave him great field position. I wouldn't be very happy about it either. This is still a ball game with 4 minutes and 27 seconds left.
Referee blowing the whistle because the clock's still running. Referee's blowing the whistle because the clock just drained like 30 seconds because they kept the clock running. I'm not sure what they're going to reset it to, but it was running for a while there. 27-15 is your score. Lanett is at the lead after a long touchdown pass. Now Wadley can't really afford to run the ball a lot now because they're out of time.
Yeah, you've got to pass this ball, and you've got to make use of the sidelines with only one timeout left. And it looks like they're going to reset the clock to 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, and like I said, it drained about 30 seconds, and that's exactly what it was 30 seconds. So Wadley lining up in an offset I formation. They'll hand it off up the middle to Tommy Overton. Overton trying to go over the left side. He is hit and stuffed at about the 41-yard line. Wadley has a new quarterback in. That's Kalen Cottle at quarterback. So Kalen Cottle taking the plays for the Bulldogs now with 4 minutes left in this ball game. Dalton a little shook up after all the shots he's taken this game. Trying to stretch him out on the sidelines. So Kalen Cottle, 2nd and 9 for the Bulldogs. 7 seconds left on the play clock. Kalen trying to get everybody ready. 2 seconds, 1 second, snap it. And he fumbles the handoff. Lanett picks it up, and they're in the end zone.
That's a heartbreaker there for the Wadley Bulldogs as the young quarterback fumbled it mid-exchange, and now the Panthers are up. Going to be 33-15.
Yeah, freshman quarterback running the offense on that one. He faked the handoff to the fullback, and he tried to give it to the running back, and he couldn't get it to the running back because he was hit. Lost the football, and Lanett scores.
Well, you know, there was a lot going against Wadley on that drive anyway. young quarterback. The way that you play offense is very methodical and very slow. You've only got 4 minutes left in the game. It's going to be hard to score 2 times. Now, nearly impossible to score 3 times.
So now Lanett with the PAT here. Here's the snap, and it's low. The ball's on the ground, and Christian Story picks it up before he gets nailed on the play by Caleb Bennett. So the attempt is no good. Lannett's up 33-15 with 3:32 left. We'll take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
Eye Care of Alabama, efficient and effective eye care close to home, proudly supports Randolph County, Hanley, Woodland, and Wadley high school football teams and academics. Dr. Mohan and the staff at Eye Care of Alabama offer cutting-edge technology, and they strive for excellent outcomes with every patient to get the best vision and medical eye care possible. Protect your eyes and vision with regular eye exams. Care, credit, and most vision and medical insurances accepted. Eye Care of Alabama in Roanoke, Heflin, and Piedmont. Learn more about our services online on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on our website. Call 844-480-2020. Go Teams.
Southern Ambulance Transport is always on call and always there when you need them. And we hope you don't need them, but if you do, call 256-357-2222 or 1-800-757-7367. They are your reliable emergency and non-emergency transportation, the highest quality of service. Southern Ambulance Transport is always ready. Call 256-357-2222 or 1-800-757-7367.
You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
Lanett kicks it off, and it's fielded by Caden Messer. Messer going up the near sideline, and Messer is not giving up. He doesn't care what the score is. As he runs over a man and gets down to the 47-yard line for Wadley, first down.
What heart shown there by Caden Messer as he, like you said, just not giving up, doesn't care what the score is. It's 0-0 in his mind. He's giving it all he's got.
Caden Messer, excuse me. Cottle back in at quarterback for Wadley. Offset I formation. Snap to Cottle. Handoff over the right side to Tommy Overton. Overton taken down at the 50-yard line.
You know, Kyle, as dreary as this seems, with 3 minutes left, you're down by 3 touchdowns. This is, this is a dreary situation. Looks like it's impossible. But I did watch the Philadelphia Eagles. I believe they were playing against the Jets, but the Philadelphia Eagles had Michael Vick playing as their quarterback.
Deshaun Jackson.
They were down 3 touchdowns. Well, this was before Deshaun Jackson. Michael Vick was there, and they came back with 2 minutes and about 45 seconds left in the game and won the game, and it was impressive.
Cottle under center once again, 7 seconds on the play clock. And he'll take the snap, and he fumbles the snap.
Looks like the Wadley Bulldogs might have jumped back on there, and sadly for the Bulldogs, Michael Vick is not out there tonight.
Yeah, 2:23 left in the fourth quarter, and it's 3rd and long for the Bulldogs, 3rd and about 7.
You got to give it to these Bulldogs, though. They are giving it their all. They're fighting to the finish, and that's exactly what you want to see out of your football team. You don't want them to give up. You want them to have heart all the way to the end, win or lose.
And the scoreboard not really reciprocating how close the game actually was, because the fumble didn't help the fact at all.
Right. You take that touchdown away, you take that crazy touchdown away from the start of the game, and you got a completely different ball game here in the fourth quarter.
Cottle under center, and he takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, and still moving those feet. Gets down to about the 45-yard line. He's short of the first down. Now it's 4th down. We're under 2 minutes. We're under a minute and a half. 1:27 left in the game. Wadley facing 4th and about 2. They're lining up to punt. It looks like they're lining up to punt. I'm not sure. Now they're sending Caden Messer back in, as well as the quarterback Cottle.
Yeah, 4th and 2 with a minute left. I'd go for it too. See what I can do. See what my offense can get me.
1 minute left. 7 seconds on the play clock. Cottle is under center. 1 second, Cottle snaps it. Hands it off up the middle. Nowhere. Lanett's defense stands up, and they'll get a turnover on downs. Ref's trying to get him to stop the clock. He kept it running again. The clock was like 47 seconds. He ran it down to 41. So Lanett's going to come out on top over the Wadley Bulldogs, 33-15, unless they try to score more here on the last drive.
Well, you don't want to get anybody hurt. You don't want to rub it in anybody's face that you've got, this is not college ball. This is not NFL. These are high school kids. Get out there, get in the victory formation, take a knee, get off the field. Don't get anybody hurt trying to be silly and stupid to try to score any more points or get any more yardage for the stat book. Just go ahead and take a knee here. And it looks like that they may be going to run a couple more plays, but they should be taking a knee here.
New quarterback is Caden Story, the youngest Story brother. He is a freshman. He is 6'3", 210-pound freshman. They have him in at quarterback, and they're going to let him sling it around a little bit. They call a timeout here. We'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3.
Hi, this is Steve Smith, manager at Russell Dewitt Center in Roanoke. On behalf of the Russell Companies and all the employees at Russell Dewitt Center, I'd like to offer a big congratulations to all the area high school football teams on their efforts this season. Russell Dewitt Center is pleased to have been part of the support of area schools and helping to bring you area high school football on Eagle 102.3. We also want to thank you for your business and pledge our continued efforts to provide you with the finest products and service available. Come see us at Russell Dewitt Center, Highway 431, Roanoke.
You're listening to Alabama Area High School Football on Eagle 102.3 and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back. 1st and 10 for the Panthers of Lanett. Caden Story lining up. He's going to just take a knee now. 41 seconds left. He'll have to snap it twice, I believe. So Story under center. Caden Story, that is. Takes a snap, dropping back. Kind of wasted some time. And he'll take a knee. 35 seconds left on the clock. Let's see when they restart the play clock. 27, 26, 25. They won't have to snap it again. They just started the play clock, but they don't have to snap it again. They might, but they don't have to. The coach is telling them back off. There's no need to snap it.
Well, the Wadley Bulldogs are trying to walk out on the field. They think the game's over with, but the Panthers look like they might try to snap it one more time.
No, the coaches are telling them to back up. So the Lanett Panthers win 33-15 over the Wadley Bulldogs. This game seems very reminiscent of an RCHS Piedmont because I feel like these two teams are going to meet again in the playoffs. I feel like we'll see this again. But we'll see. So the score, Lanett 33, Wadley 15. That is the end of the football game. The Dogs lose to the number 1 team in the state, the Lanett Panthers. For Kyle Richardson, Michael Luke, and Chance Nobley, God bless and good night.
Why choose